CBS. What's the other name of the other thing they got going on? Fly on the Wall Entertainment. You guys made a huge error in judgment. I'm gonna unleash on y'all like only I can. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the critically acclaimed Pop the Trunk Podcast Hall of Fame, Recency Bias Radio, where no one is safe from criticism. I am your humble host, Dave Smith, Pretty Boy Smitty, Protocol Paul, Pearl Game Ultra, Smith Dog Trill, all of the above on that ISAT test and that ACT. You know what it is. Now, let me go ahead and go to this. I'm going to go to the playback real quick and make sure y'all can hear me, because y'all know, once I know I can go, then nothing will be the same no more. You know what I mean? Hold up. Okay, y'all can hear me, coach. That's all I needed to know. That's all I needed to know. I am going to unleash, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot of stuff I wasn't even able to talk about yesterday that I forgot to mention because I was in a freestyle field. Okay, in tonight's episode, we're going to break down a scandal that has been released by Real Vegas for sure. Earlier today on Twitter, we're going to break that down, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to do a little bit of a recap of Thursday night's episode, and we're going to talk about next week as well as answering questions towards the end. So y'all get nice and comfortable, okay? We going to talk that shit because I got some hot takes here, okay? Because there was something I forgot to mention last night, okay? Were you guys aware of this? Most likely no, because these other platforms probably glazed over this or grazed over this topic. Angela actually admitted to Tyler that her and Casey went to the same Olympic training center in California before this game. So this further, ladies and gentlemen, and see, this is why I'm calling this the lifeguard rules, okay? Rant number 21. Because I'm going to break down why only Tyler gets specific rules handed to him. He gets to have the privileges where everyone else in the house has to just follow whatever Tyler says. Okay, Tyler gets to be given all of these perks. We're going to break down a mighty perk he was given last night. No pun intended, but it's kind of a pun intended because it was a perk almost. But we're going to get into that, ladies and gentlemen. But let's stay here for a second. So you mean to tell me Angela remembers going to the same Olympic training center as Casey? Now, there's going to be people saying, oh, Dave, come on. That's just her saying that. But the feed's cut shortly after this, ladies and gentlemen. And my thing is, if her and Casey went to the same Olympic thing, her and Tyler are both from Hilton Head. And then the three of them just happen to have some inseparable relationship within the constructs of this game. Clearly, that is by design. I don't believe in coincidences, ladies and gentlemen. So they could have been working on a pregame alliance. You never see a pregame alliance for an all newbie season, ladies and gentlemen. This is why it is so dirty. This is why it's so bush league for production to try this shit. And this is why it's unstoppable if they do attempt it, because no one else in the game knows each other. So there's never going to be a stronger relationship than yours. And see, it makes a lot more sense now while you guys are allowed to blindside everybody every fucking week, even when you don't have power to do so. It's because production is putting you in position to be these false good players. You guys aren't really good players. This is making more and more sense to me by the day now. More and more sense to me. Because if Casey knew Angela before this game, it explains why she dropped Rachel at the drop of a hat, but didn't drop Casey. It explains why when Casey is on the block next to Rockstar, Angela can clearly beat Rockstar easily at the end compared to Casey. She keeps Casey in the game. Now, for the number side of it, it made sense, but she still had JC and Sam on Tyler's nuts. They still had the majority regardless, okay? They negated one facial vote tonight and still got a 5-1, okay? And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, that vote was meant to essentially throw Scotty under the bus. So if Faisal doesn't pull out this HOH, because it seems like by the looks of it, he's the only one who's going to win this shit on their side. I don't think he can compete with the rest of them. I think it's going to take someone with a long stride like Faisal that's going to have to win it. But based off of this episode we saw tonight, they show us Tyler's family, as if we didn't have enough content to slob him down with. Oh, let's show his family too. You guys couldn't show Swaggy's family. You feel what I'm saying? Because you got rid of him in week 2, and week 1 is about getting to know everybody. So you set that up perfectly, for Swaggy not to get shit. Then you tried to make up for it by letting him visit Bailey's family. Oh, let's kill 2 birds with 1 stone, and let's have both black players get 1 family visit combined. Now it all makes sense because y'all had this Tyler shit planned a long time ago. That's why y'all did the shit the way y'all did it. That's why y'all hid from the edit that Swaggy's dad also passed away, just like Tyler's. That's why y'all hid it from the edit that he was able to build a bridge strategically with Tyler and got closer to him because of the fact that they both shared in the same traumatic experience. You guys went out of your way to hide all of that from Swaggy's gameplay on purpose. That way you could lift up Tyler as the only person with a dead dad in this game. Oh yeah, I'm back, baby. Oh yeah, and for the people that want to see, okay, this is what happened to my finger, guys. It's fucked up. I know. It's kind of hard to see. I'm trying not to look like a fucking Q dog when I show this to y'all. I ain't trying to get y'all squeamish or nothing, but I just wanted to, now I can finally expose it to the oxygen and stuff. But anyway, okay, let's get back to strategy. My point is, I get it now. I get why y'all did this to this brother. I get it now 100%. Okay, it's because the lifeguard gets specific privileges that no one else can. The lifeguard rules. You know how Michael Jordan had the Jordan rules, where they had to create a certain stipulation of rules in order to guard him because the referees made sure to rig the game in his best interest? We're going to have to think of some Tyler rules to help offset the rigging going on here at play. I mean, it is some of the most bullshit I've ever seen. They won't even show any of the proof that there could be a pregame alliance between the three of them. They won't show none of it on television because they wanted to make it seem as if Tyler went into a game blind, as if he knew none of these people. And he just happened to pick the right assortment of folks who was able to take him to the end so he could win and fulfill his fate. You know what I'm saying? This is 100% propaganda, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, but let me finish it how I wrote it. Angela revealed to Tyler that she trained at the same Olympic Center in California as Casey. This is proof that they may both have a pregame alliance too. These two may have been recruited simply to help Tyler in this game. But pay close attention to Tyler in this conversation because he goes out of his way to tell her that production told him that Angela was already in the Olympics. Interesting. Almost as if production was trying to show him that, oh, this is a strong ally, Tyler. She was in the Olympics. Join her. This is your Christmas Rousey. You can't say no to her. She was put in this game specifically to be your muscle. Okay? Now, this show's production probably pushed him to have this conversation with Angela to develop more of a storyline for her and Casey in the edit. But they won't show none of this on TV because it also implicates Tyler in possibly having a pregame alliance. So this is important for me to make you all notified of, because in the last rant, I forgot to mention this. But it was something that, you know, after the rant was all, I was like, man, I feel like I forgot to say something. And this was what it was. But this is very problematic, ladies and gentlemen. Because if Angela is feeling so empowered to admit this out loud to people, like if I'm Tyler, right? Angela admits this to me. Shouldn't I have my antennas up? Shouldn't I be worried that these two girls are more closer to each other than they are to me at this point? Tyler showed no type of apprehension in that conversation, ladies and gentlemen. Why would someone in his position with everything to lose not be worried about his two closest allies possibly having a pregame alliance? You know the answer. Because he also has a pregame alliance with them. That's why. So he's hearing this story, acting like he's hearing it for the first time, acting like production is the one who told him information about Angela, when in reality, he probably knew all this information prior to the game even starting. Okay, so this is why I wanted to open this up with that. Okay, because this will back up my perspective on Tyler getting unfair advantages in this game. And since this entire rant is about him getting specific sets of rules that allow him to do things no one else can, oh, well, it only makes sense, ladies and gentlemen. But please be sure to get your questions ready, ladies and gentlemen, because we will be discussing some other things, but the questions portion is the most important part of the Thursday night episode. Okay, now let's get into the real Vegas for sure, because this is something I really want to rant on. Okay, Real Vegas for sure. And by the way, shout outs to all of my Twitter family who link me with these things. Like, I'm not always on Twitter, you know what I'm saying? But when you guys tag me in something and make me aware of it, this is great for all of us, because now I can really put some light to it. You feel it, dig me. Now, according to this Real Vegas for sure Twitter handle, who has been pretty on point with most of their spoilers up to this point, they've been wrong here and there, but for the most part, their approval rating is pretty high. Well, anyway, production gave Tyler a hint that this HOH coming up that we just saw them competing in, that they're competing in right now on feeds, they gave him a hint ahead of time telling him it would be the slip and slide endurance comp. And you know what production did to help Tyler and his little fucking minions? They gave these people sleeping pills, ladies and gentlemen. Let me say that one more time. They gave them sleeping pills. That way they could get a good night's rest. Now, if they were to just give the sleeping pills or offer them to everyone in the game, I'd have no problem with this. But for you to sneakily, I guess, in your Ninja Gaiden or Tenchu stealth assassin way, for you to sneak them these pills, first off, it also builds some credence to my whole perspective that you were sneaking pills to Caitlyn and maybe Sam, but that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. Either way, you guys are sneaking pills to Tyler and his friends to make sure they can be as refreshed as possible when they wake up so that they'll be ready for this endurance comp. If this isn't once again showing what side production is on, I don't know what else will, ladies and gentlemen. And you got the Tyler stands. Oh my God. These people dick ride Tyler to the end of the world. Okay. And trust me, I'm gonna get into that family visit shit. Just bear with me. Okay. We gonna talk that shit tonight. So why are these Tyler fans so thirsty? They're like little ants, right? Like they just look for another one and then they come together. Let's lift something 20 times our size. You know, they're extra thirsty, okay? You know, they show up into someone's mentions and they say, well, Haley got a competition rigged for her a week ago. Production specifically asked her what type of comp would she be best suited for. She told them spelling something, and then all of a sudden the first hacker was a spelling comp, Dave. Shut your dumb ass up. So you're saying that's somehow equivalent to them telling someone what the comp specifically is before they do it. And by the way, the hacker comp doesn't grant you as much power as the HOH comp would. So either way, this argument is pure deflection. It's pure fuckery. Okay, but this once again shows that Lifeguard Xerxes, Lifeguard Jesus can do no wrong. Because instead of y'all owning up to this bullshit and being legitimate super fans of this game and having some integrity and carrying yourself with a certain level of honor, you decide to go eye for an eye and say, well, you didn't have a problem with Haley winning the hacker. As if Tyler hasn't been given way more advantages outside of just this one. So you mean to tell me Haley's one advantage that she was given, which was really only given to her to make Bailey look like the bad person in the end of it? I mean, let's just call a spade a spade. So stop acting like this was done to give Haley some power. In reality, it was done to frame Bailey. So fuck all that bullshit. And you notice the majority of people defending Tyler ain't black. So let's go ahead and put that on Front Street. Okay, see, I'm gonna call out all the bullshit. Okay. Because there's people really acting like Haley getting some advantage to a hacker twist is the equivalent of Tyler having maybe possibly 2 pregame alliances, production's ear, Sam's ear, okay, to be the narrator of the show, okay, to be able to lie in certain ways that aren't even strategic, okay, like unnecessary lies that get covered up by production in the edit the same way they covered up unnecessary lies with Paul. Okay, so he's getting advantages that are exceeding my fingers. Okay, so when people bring up this one advantage Haley got, it shows that you are the problem with this game. You're the problem, because when you start standing someone, you're willing to accept whatever bullshit comes with them staying in the game as long as they stay. It doesn't matter what they stand for within it, okay? So you're not some social justice warrior, okay? But the Tyler fans, they make it seem like they root for him because he's a nice guy. That's not why you root for him, okay? You root for him because of what he represents to you. And that all differs based off the person. So I'm not going to generalize on that. But it's not because he's some nice guy, because me and you're the fan of him and you know the truth. He's a fucking asshole and he's a villain of the show, okay? So let's just stop the bullshit. Because you guys paint Bailey and Swaggy so fast as cocky. Tyler gets none of that, though. On today's episode, Rockstar walks in the Geo room. She just trying to talk to Casey. She ain't really in for it for that smoke at this point no more, because Casey already went off on her. And I think at this point, Rockstar was actually buying the bullshit from Brett a little bit too much and believed Casey must not be the hacker. So she walks in there and she just wants to talk to her. And Yeah, she made a mistake saying shit like, we didn't want you to be the one that had to go home. But in her defense, Haley's the HOH. You don't really expect yourself to go when your friend is the HOH. But when the game is this blatantly rigged for the other side, this is possible. We've never really seen anything like this until this season. And it seems like all the people that keep overrating how great this season is are all the people that are rooting for the side that is dominating the whole season. To someone who was rooting for Falte, to someone who was rooting for the side of the Hive, this isn't an amazing season because we never get any payoff. We're not getting any fucking payoff. Every single time, we're like, finally, someone on that side can go. It's always the one person from that side that can't play the game, though. Meanwhile, all the people from the side we're rooting for that we want to stay happen to all go because they know how to play the game, and all the ones on their side that don't happen to stay. It's like an opposite world factor. And it's because production created this seesaw effect by making sure Tyler would have 2 pregame alliances. Okay, you see how I brought that full circle, ladies and gentlemen? See, this is my biggest problem with this season. Everyone keeps trying to convince me it's so great. Look, it's entertaining. You're never going to hear me say it's a boring season, okay? But Rockstar proved on Wednesday's episode, recruits are bad for this game. The only reason why people are propping up Tyler in this light is because, truth be told, the casual audience don't know the difference between a recruit and a super fan. So their expectations are lowered regardless. They're like at a plateau, okay? So when they see something pop out at the screen, they're gonna like it. But if production is going out of their way to make sure only one person can pop out at the screen, then you are being manipulated into liking this person to begin with. Okay, so it's no different than the tabloids, paparazzi, coming up with all of these random stories to make you hate someone or like someone. But when the only thing you see coming out, okay, when the output is 100% positivity and there's no negativity outside of the super fans who speak on it, then the majority of the casual fans won't know the negativity exists. And if they don't know of the negativity, then I can't blame them for blindly following Tyler. But when I see people on social media who are supposed to represent my demographic of the superfan defend Tyler blindly, no matter what he does, but then condemn others for calling him out on it, it just shows there's a hypocrisy here. Okay? 100%. Okay? And see, I didn't even really get into a full detail on the sleeping pill shit yet. Okay? Because this is a legit rant, coach. Like, I'm trying my best to avoid the notes today. You feel it, me? But at the end of the day, really though, production, these dudes, okay, they already got probably the most strongest lineup. They got the 2 strongest women in the house by far. And they arguably have the 2 strongest men in that house. Definitely strategically, arguably physically as well. Did they need these sleeping pills, production? Did they need them? Or were you just that nervous that there would be another HOH that Falte would win that you couldn't use the hacker to screw them over with? Because think about this, ladies and gentlemen. They don't want Tyler to have to use his power too early. They want him to win the game. Julie already told us either Sam or Tyler will win. Now, I'm pretty sure if you were to do a new interview on Julie, okay, I'm pretty sure she wouldn't mention Sam's name at all because Sam tried to quit, and Julie is in lockstep with production. If production has a problem with you, Sam, Julie does too. Guess what? That, you know what I'm saying? That's why it makes me laugh when people try to act like Julie has no say in production. She's the fucking first lady of CBS. She is production. What are you talking about? But see, these are the same people who would defend Tyler and not know shit about the game too, just because of what they see on the television screen. So it's important for this channel to exist, and it's important for me to talk that shit. But anyway, yeah, so basically they give Tyler a hint that it's going to be an endurance. Then they give him and his entire alliance sleeping pills so they could go to sleep early. Okay. Meanwhile, the other side, who thinks they're going to be on the right end of this vote, are still staying up and still hanging out with each other, bonding, trying to be stronger as a group. That way, after who they think is going to go home and Casey leaves, then they'll be all solidified, and then they can win the next HOH and they can keep the ball rolling. So production screwed them over. All production had to do was go over that fucking intercom and tell people, hey, look, there's going to be a big competition tomorrow. If any of you are interested in getting some early sleep, we have OTC sleeping pills. And this is another thing I want to mention. The fact that y'all went out of y'all way to give sleeping pills to Tyler's side that didn't have to be checked by the doctor, lets me know that you even more so wanted to make this a very quiet mission for them to accomplish. You even more so wanted them to show some discretion. And here's the thing. This is a slippery slope, big brother. If you're willing to sneak sleeping pills to someone, what else are you willing to sneak? See, I had a conspiracy theory about a week ago that I didn't want to share with no one because I thought they would think I was too off my rocker. But you know what? At this point, let's put the tinfoil hat on because this has been exposed. I wouldn't put it past production. Right before that veto comp, that big veto comp on Bailey's HOH week, y'all know what I'm talking about. You know the one, I mean, not Bailey's HOH week. I'm sorry. Angela's HOH week, okay? From a week ago, where Bailey went home that week. Remember that veto competition? Remember it very carefully, right? I wouldn't be shocked if production was nervous that Scotty would beat Tyler and they snuck him some food. Because think about this. Scotty and Tyler were both have-nots. A tiny granola bar would have done leaps and bounds for Tyler in that competition over Scotty. And the fact that Tyler beat him in that comp, it's easy for us to chalk it off as Scotty. At the end of the day, Scotty just took the deal. But what if Scotty was just exhausted and he didn't want to risk it? You know what I mean? Like, that plays a role in it too. So if you're willing to give this guy sleeping pills so he'll win this endurance, then there's no guarantee you wouldn't do the same thing for this other endurance to give him some food, to help him have some extra ammunition to play with. See, this is a slippery slope here, production. See, and it takes someone like me to connect these dots, because when you're going out of your way to make sure a guy wins this badly, it takes away from him being good. I wish people understood this. Okay? Like for instance, people always ask me, like, Dave, why don't you like the Lakers? You were a huge LeBron fan. Why did LeBron going to the Lakers change you being a fan of him as the player? I'll always be a fan of LeBron James, the man, because he represents our people correctly. He sends our kids to school. He puts money back into our community. I will never disparage him, the person. But him going to the Lakers, to me, was a bad move because the Lakers are notorious with rigged games. I don't like rigging. Obviously, you know that by my coverage of this game. Okay? So the whole Tim Donaghy shit that went down, right? NBA threw him under the bus, blamed him. That's kind of like how production does folks. And honestly, I hope Real Vegas, I hope he has some VPNs, or she has some VPNs or some shit on deck so they don't trace who the fuck this person is leaking this information. Now, but who knows? Maybe this is all production pulling a double bluff on us. What if they're in on what Real Vegas is sharing with us? That way, later down the road, he or she could share something that is false on purpose. That way, production can use that as the excuse to why it's never been rigged. So we got to keep our eyes on this too. We shouldn't be just all in with anyone. But the fact that this has been revealed right after the whole Sam thing, which has been checked out as being truthful, I have to take this as the truth, okay? But it is just sad, though. You guys gave them sleeping pills that they would have never had to go to the doctor for, meaning you guys gave them sleeping pills that were just strong enough to not count as prescription, okay? You gave them something that counts as over-the-counter, okay? Or as over-the-counter prescription. I can't remember which one it is, but at the end of the day, you gave them something they wouldn't need a prescription for, but it still was something that gave them an advantage heading into another competition. This game is supposed to be fair down the middle. People always say, well, Dave, this technically is a reality show, not a game show, so they can rig it as much as they want. Well, if that's the case, stop calling it a game. You know, stop calling it a game then. Just call it a reality show then. You know what I'm saying? If that's how you really want to go about it, stop acting like this is a game anyone can win then, okay? But you know, they visit Tyler's family, okay? And see, this all falls in with the same thing. So you mean to tell me the same day you guys make sure he has adequate sleep to make sure he wins the HOH is the same day y'all visit his family? Come on, man. Y'all did that on purpose. And you mean to tell me in the OTEV competition, he happens to say, that's for my dad, when his dad's birthday was a couple of weeks ago when Bailey won HOH? So how was this competition for your dad? And see, here's the thing. He won competitions before his dad's birthday, after his dad's birthday. Why didn't he ever have any voiceover of saying that those competition wins was for his dad? Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think he's ever said that previously. It's because he was told to say that specifically for production to put in the family visit segment. Okay, so it shows Tyler is even, to an extent, pimping his dad's memory, which is disgusting. But remember what Tyler said specifically out loud. I would never use my dad for strategy. You're definitely using it strategically to appeal to the casual audience. see, he's full of shit, y'all. He's full of shit. Okay. And at the end of the day, I think this is why he was so threatened by Swaggy, because Swaggy would have had the same type of story. Like, I didn't have my dad either. Okay. But see, the thing is, for a black guy, that's the stereotype. That's the hard-hitting truth no one wants to get to. For Swaggy to make it to Big Brother with no dad, with no father figure, is more amazing than for Tyler to. But no one wants to give Swaggy credit for none of that. No one. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps and you can be whatever you want to be. You feel me? Did you see what town Tyler was from? Tyler, the same guy who tried to downplay Swaggy being from the hood, is no big deal if he has to return back to it. Did you see any black people in that building watching Tyler's edit? Did you see any black folks? Does Tyler have any black friends? Why did he think he deserved Bailey if he's not even friends with black people? But on Twitter, if you go through his history, he said the N-word before. See, all these things add up, ladies and gentlemen, to a person's character. If you don't have no black friends that will speak up for you, that will even show up to a fucking, we're all watching Tyler. We're doing this public viewing, together, what I'm saying, to support Tyler. You'll be on CBS. You know how many people from that podunk town would love to show up to just be on television? I'm sure they got to sign a release form or something. But at the end of the day, you know how many motherfuckers from that small town would love to be on television? For the fact that there ain't no black people that even showed up lets me know he don't got no black friends, which lets me know there was some personal animosity towards Swaggy. And that's why when Rockstar walks in that room to talk to Casey, for it to come out of Tyler's mouth that it's Bailey's fault that the hacker was used on Rockstar, that made me want to tell him to shut the fuck up again. It's like, bro, Bailey's not even in the game no more, and you're still blaming her for something. But when Bailey was in your face at the meeting, you told her to blame Haley for something. So do you guys connect the dots on this with Tyler? He just blames women for other women doing things because of him. He has no ownership in his game. He just blames women for it. But this is the guy y'all say is a hunk. Good luck with him. Good luck with him, coach. Good luck with him. Lifeguard Jesus is going to expose him. He's going to get exposed eventually. He's going to get exposed eventually. I just see it coming. And Brett is just pulling off a masterclass at this point. I mean, someone mentioned on Twitter something about Rockstar is doing the speech Brett gave her, and Casey is trying to talk like Brett in her speech. I mean, that's what it is, man. Honestly, I think Tyler's going to try to backdoor Brett soon, or he's going to wait for a double to get Brett out. Because, I mean, bro, Brett is just better than you, Tyler. He's just better than you, bro. You should have kept Winston, you dumbass. You know what I mean? Because Winston would have followed you like a blind puppy the same exact way. The difference is Winston don't have a mind of his own. And Winston was a little smitten with Angela as well. So maybe that's why Tyler got rid of him. Who knows? Because Angela has admitted that she does have a crush on Tyler. So, but see, I'd argue she had this crush on him before the game started. So, I mean, who really gives a fuck if she likes him now? She always liked him. You feel what I'm saying? You see her eating peanut butter and shit all of a sudden. That's what Tyler does. He eats like Chex Mix and peanut butter. Now all of a sudden that's all what Angela wants to eat. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, welcome to Rig Brother, ladies and gentlemen. If they're hinting to Tyler stuff like this, they definitely hinted Haley as the hacker and probably also told him he'd be right next to JC in the second hacker comp. Okay? Think about that, which also leads to suspicion that they told him to get back good with Sam before she flipped too. So I fully expect Tyler to win this HOH now, and for production to go out of their way to give them sleeping pills so they could bypass the doctors as dirty as hell, because if they aren't giving everyone an opportunity to sleep early, they shouldn't be giving certain people that option either. Facts, okay? They're making the playing field unleveled like it's been unleveled since the start, okay? All the Lifeguard Jesus fans are doing during this scandal is deflecting by bringing up Haley and what advantage she may or may not have had by getting the first hacker comp made to suit her skills in spelling. But Haley did not get told ahead of time to expect the comp, nor was she given a fucking dictionary the day before to help her and give her an advantage. See, the equivalent to the shit y'all talking about is if they gave Haley a fucking dictionary and said, hey, we're about to do a spelling comp. You should look in this dictionary all night and look at words. That's what they've been doing for Tyler the whole fucking game. Angela and Casey are his fucking dictionary and thesaurus in this bitch. And for all the young kids out here that is used to everything being on the internet, we used to deal with books and pages of thesauruses and dictionaries. But you know, and we also had what was that other thing, the Britannica stuff back in the day when we were kids? Anyway, that was probably also a thesaurus though. I don't know. I know it's encyclopedias. That's what we had and stuff. So, but that's my point. Okay, it's not the equivalent advantage. Now, I will hold Haley accountable and say that it isn't cool that production gave her that advantage. But once again, I truly, in my heart of hearts, believe, contrary to what all these other motherfuckers who ain't black tend to do, they throw Bailey under, the game was actually rigged for Bailey to win. She was just bad at it. Shut your dumb ass up. It wasn't. The whole purpose of them trying to make sure Haley would win it is because they knew Haley would protect Scotty over Rockstar, because it's too obvious for her to protect Rockstar over Scotty. By protecting Scotty over Rockstar, it would make everyone think Bailey did it because she was so anti-Scotty. I mean, at the end of the day, man, it framed Bailey hook, line, and sinker. And even after Haley admitted to being the hacker, they still said Bailey was the one because production empowered them to continue that lie going on. So at the end of the day, Haley really didn't get no fucking advantage because the hacker that she got, it didn't lead to no one going home. Casey's hacker was a little bit more overpowered. You know why? Because she was on Lifeguard Jesus' side with the hacker. Okay? That's the key. If you're on Lifeguard Jesus' side, who you want to go home will go home. If you're not on his side, JC ain't fucking with it. Sam ain't fucking with it. Both of them are automatic Tyler votes. Okay? Then on top of that, KC ain't voting with it. Angela ain't voting with it. That's 5 people. And the game is already down to 10. It's already down to 10. Actually, hold up. It was a 5-1 vote, 6. Actually, it's already down to 8, I think. No. They negated a vote. It's down to 9. My fault. It's down to 9. Yeah, it's down to 9. So the game is now down to 9 players. That means Tyler has this shit for another 3 weeks. He has it for another 3 weeks, even though he lied and told Sam he has it for another 2 now. Okay? So I expect him to try to keep his word to Sam by using it in that second to last week, if he's going to use it at all. But knowing Tyler, he's going to hold on to it because he's too selfish. He's going to end up using it. And hopefully Sam is smart enough and not drugged up enough to realize, hey, he told me it was only 2 more weeks. He's lying to me quicker than a squirrel in the turtle's pond, sipping on a straw with a little bit of Kool-Aid on the side. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how she going to take that, coach. But you notice in the edit today, just like Wednesday's edit, Tyler extending that olive branch, Sam biting at it, thirsty as hell, like a little trout in a pond. Okay, thirsty as hell, coach. I just want to be on the side of production. Please, can I come back? Can I come back? I'm sorry. I disobeyed you all. Oh, I'll do whatever you want. I'll stop putting condoms on my water jugs, please. You know what I mean? It's like, what is going on here, coach? You know, Sam just hit an immediate about face to the point where she voted out Rockstar and didn't give 2 fucks. This is the same girl who gave a fuck about Bailey over Rockstar leaving. Now, all of a sudden, she don't even care about her friend Rockstar that reminds her of Holly going home. She can't even give her a vote. Like, it's just like, wow. That lets you know production said you can't throw a hanky this week because Scotty needs to be blamed for it, Sam. So don't give her another one because then it'll be 4-2. And we don't want that. We want Scotty to go next because Scotty is the biggest strategic threat now in the game left to Tyler. It's really that simple, ladies and gentlemen. It's really that simple. It's really that simple. Which is why we all have to root for Faisal in this moment. We all have to root for this brother. You know what I'm saying? You know, because we need to make sure Haley don't get sent home. Because I think Scotty could definitely end up winning veto and then Haley's gone. And then they leave Faisal and Scotty in the game because they know both of them hate each other because of Haley or something. I could definitely see that. And then they pull Scotty or Faisal to their side to target the one remaining. I could definitely see that happening, okay, in the coming week. So we need to make sure Faisal wins his HOH or Scotty. Otherwise, one of them 2 plus Haley, one of them 3 is going home this week. It's really that simple. You can go ahead and write it in stone. All right. But let me finish this. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. All right. But pay close attention to these blind Tyler fans because Lifeguard Xerxes can do no wrong. They will never allow him to be perceived as wrong ever. It's a damn disgrace to the game. It reminds me why this boycott must go on. Okay, so now let's get into Thursday's episode now. I really only have two things I really want to mention from Thursday's episode, of course. One is the fact that Tyler blamed Bailey once again for something she had no control over, Rockstar going up because of the hacker. This once again shows his dormant hate for Bailey personally. It really does. Because it's unnecessary. You know, see, here's my thing, Tyler. By you saying she went up by the hacker because of Bailey, it implies you're the hacker that threw her up. Ever thought of that? See, if Tyler was as good as y'all say he is, he's not even going to say that line. He's going to let her have her one-on-one. He'll shut the fuck up and walk out the room. But he's getting more and more cocky each week that goes by, and he's starting to show his true self. And he's really depending on, oh, well, as each week goes by, I can afford to show my true self because at the end of the day, the people who won't vote for me, they won't be here to know that I did what I did. But here's the thing, Tyler. These people will go and speak to the people that already hate you. And then those people that already hate you will convince the people why they should still hate you. Next thing you know, you're Paul. But see, here's the thing. I agree with Raven. You know, Raven Ramsey, who has been on Recency by his radio enough times to be a returning. Well, she's not even a guest at this point. She's part of the panel, like I said, open door policy. But she even said it. I'm getting to a point now where I just want Tyler to win so he's not on BB21. It's getting to that point. Because they are slobbing this guy down to the point where you know if he gets robbed, he's coming back. And if he comes back again, it's going to be as bad as 19 was. And if I audition and wind up on a season with Lifeguard Jesus, boy, it's going to be some Willie Hand shit going on. Man, listen, don't bring this motherfucker back when I'm there, all right? It's going to be a problem. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to wait till this man on the block, you know what I'm saying, and be the final vote to get him. No, you know production ain't going to let him go out if he come back. But still, though, it would be extra dope if I was like, you know what I'm saying? If I was like the final vote, like let's say this is like as soon as the game started type action, 16 people in the game, 13 person vote, the tied vote 6-6. I'm the last one to come up in that bitch. Like I'm on that Cody shit, right? You feel me? I'm deciding who goes type shit, right? Like it would be extra dope if a black dude could go in there last and be like, this is for Swaggy. I evict the Lifeguard Xerxes. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that would be epic as shit, coach. You know what I'm saying? But anyway. I'm bullshitting. But anyway, I do think that would be pretty funny. But I am worried that he will be on BB21 if he doesn't win BB20. I am very worried of this. And because of this, I'd be willing to bite the bullet and have him win this season just to get him out of my fucking face. Like honestly, bro. The amount of dick riding, bro. And, you know, they show his family, which I have no problem with. But, you know, they show all these people. They give him all of this. Oh, Tyler has always been a competitive boy. You know, it's like, oh, that's great. That's great. But why couldn't Swaggy get this? I'm sure Swaggy's story would have been way more interesting. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Like Tyler's story, no offense, fam. But it's not an interesting tidbit that you've never searched before. That's not interesting for me, coach. Like really, that's not what's popping in the streets to me, right? His mom said it like it was something like one of those, did you know? You know what I'm saying? Like one of those old school episodes of VH1 where they go to commercial, like, did you know? You know, with the little pop culture episodes and shit. Like, bro, like no one cares if he never surfed before. You know what I'm saying? But see, this is my point. His family visit was, in my opinion, his family visit was more boring than Bailey's with Swaggy. And I thought Bailey's with Swaggy was a train wreck. But watch how everyone rides with this as if that family visit was so cute and shit. Watch how people do it. You know it's going to come. You know, I thought Sam's family visit was more entertaining than that. I'm going to be completely a buck with you. All right. But yeah, so he blames Bailey once again for something she had no control over. And this shows he has dormant hate for her personally. I appreciate the fact, though, that Rockstar shut him down after he said that shit. She said, I'm not up because of Bailey. The hell are you talking? Like, I appreciated that. Rockstar seems to be the only person. When Tyler was talking that shit, talking about, it's irrelevant if you're not the hacker. It's irrelevant. You still have a power. Rockstar spoke up and said, it is relevant, you idiot, because she's on the block because you thought she had the hacker. Okay, so it is relevant. Okay, and in this moment, she once again gets the best of Tyler in a one-on-one. But see, once again, Tyler lets her say that shit only because he's in a position of power and he has the vote already figured out. If Tyler was in any way in the dark, like he was when he was thrown up with the hacker, we would see him kicking pillows and doing this shit again. Okay, But once again, we don't get to see that on TV when he faces adversity. We don't even get to see him rise above the ashes because he's always above the cloud. Ding! Like, that's bullshit, coach. Like, it's bullshit. At this rate, he will never use the cloud app, ladies and gentlemen. He will never use it. And Scotty, I feel bad for you if Faisal don't win this. By the time we get to questions, hopefully this endurance comp is over. That's what I'm hoping for, ladies and gentlemen. You feel me? I'm over here, you know what I'm saying? I ain't stalling, but you know what I'm saying? I'm keeping it moving, though. But anyway, but yeah, though, so for Tyler to say that to her after he just tried to blame Haley for Bailey being targeted shows this is his behavior. This isn't him acting out of character, but everyone wants to portray him as this nice guy. A nice guy wouldn't consistently try to blame a woman for the actions of his own, okay? He would at least try to blame another guy for it. You know, at least do that. That way you can, at least when the smoke comes to you, you know, you can defend yourself a little differently. But the fact that he wants to blame it on women shows that he wants Angela and Casey to deal with him if they come after him. I think it's cowardice. I think it's cowardice. He has a tendency to blame women for what happens to other women just so he doesn't have to own his game. Saying stuff like that will lose him the same game. He needs to stop pandering to people and be honest. Angela is definitely entitled, just like Rockstar said, and I appreciated her saying that. And Angela, you seem to have no understanding of jury management. You know, last week with Bailey, and by the way, ladies and gentlemen, it was revealed that production actually told her she might want to change her goodbye message because of jury management. So this once again shows some favoritism towards Angela as well. So the fact that they got her to not say that hot shit towards Bailey, but allowed her to continue to say that hot shit towards Rockstar just because Rockstar called her entitled. And the fact that Angela didn't give a fuck about Rockstar's vote, but somehow valued Bailey's vote when they are the first two jurors and most likely will vote in lockstep in a group, once again shows how dumb Angela is, how little she understands the game, and it shows she is simply there to be Christmas Rousey, to guarantee their Paul Beta Hamian, Lifeguard Jesus, makes it to the end next to who he sees fit. I could see a final three at this point with JC, Angela, and Tyler losing to JC. I could see it. I could see it. I could see Bailey voting for JC over Tyler at this point. I could see it. Now, Bailey don't fuck with him because he said the N-word, so she might still vote for Tyler. Let me take that back. She might be in her bag right there, but and Rockstar, I don't think she would vote for JC. Damn. Yeah, JC can't pull that off. It got to be Brett. Let me take that back. It got to be. It's got to be Brett, coach. It's looking a little icy. All right. But yeah, so saying stuff like this will lose him a game. He needs to stop pandering. Angela's definitely entitled. Okay, I mean, her admitting to knowing Casey before the game shows a level of entitlement. Her being from the same city that Tyler's from. And see, that's what's really weird because she claims to be from a place called Hilton Head that's in like South Carolina, and Tyler claims that place too. But then his family is claiming Ohio. So that's weird. Now, you know, it's very common for people to move when they're kids. Okay, I'm not saying that. But at the end of the day, though, I feel like if you didn't live in Hilton Head that long, why is that something to bring you closer to Angela unless it was the excuse to cover up the pregame alliance with Angela? Ooh, fucked up finger thinking. Fucked up finger thinking. Boy, see, they don't want to deal with me, coach. I will decipher the bullshit. I will unlock and decode the matrix, coach. All right? So 7 days after Tyler treats Bay like crap. Now watch how I position this, because I want y'all to pay attention to this bull crap, okay? 7 days after Tyler treats Bay like crap on national TV, and his image takes a little bit of a hit by arguing with a black woman. Well, a woman, really, but a black woman. He definitely took a hit from the black community. Why? It is no surprise that CBS would do a family visit to offset all the negativity. It's no surprise. They want Tyler to win this HOH so bad. They even mention his dad to make him look good, but pay attention to how they never let Swaggy have a family visit to allow others to empathize with him not having a dad. Hell, the edit doesn't even show Swaggy having one completely. That's basically what I was trying to say. I wrote something in random order. And production must have told him to say out loud during the veto comp that was for his dad for the family segment, which I mentioned earlier. But here's my question. Why didn't he say this on the week of his dad's birthday? Why didn't he say this a previous week? This guy, City, gave him the key to it. Y'all thought I was going to forget to mention this? This guy, City, this podunk, 2,000 populous city, gave this man the key to it for what? All you got to do to get the key to your fucking city is be on Kevin Hart's show, not own your game, hate on Swaggy C, and have a war of words with Bailey? Because up until this point, that's all I've really seen. So that lets me know he's getting the key to the city strictly off of his edit, not off of how he's really playing. His family most likely isn't watching him really play the game. But this guy really got a key to the city. And see, this is further propaganda to make him seem like outside of the game, he's doing much more than he actually is. Okay? Now, I'm not saying a lifeguard shouldn't be given a key to the city if he's saved countless lives or something. But see, if y'all would have given him the key to the city for that before the game started and made that part of his bio, that's a whole nother thing. I can't knock that. But for y'all to wait for a family visit to give him the key to the fucking city when Bailey was the first black woman to win a fucking pageant in her state of Missouri and she don't get a key to shit, pay attention to that symbolism. It's showing that an average white guy who has accomplished nothing on the same level of Bailey can get a key to his city before she can. Woo! Woo! See, I ain't playing games tonight, man. They know I ain't playing games tonight, man. This energy ain't stopping. You see me? You see me, man? Who love orange soda? I do. You feeling me, coach? But hold on, let me get a second real quick. I'm finna take questions, by the way. I'm basically towards the end of this. But all in all, I think that's very suspicious, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's very suspicious. They give this man the key to the city the day after they gave him sleeping pills to wake up nice and full of energy, nice and spry to win an HOH comp. Okay, so they're basically trying to set up this to be one of the greatest days of his life. That's what they're trying to do. You know, they're trying to make his edit so Teflon, TMZ can't even do shit to him if he says the N-word later in the season. That's what they're trying to do, man. Point blank. This is exceeding unprecedented levels of dick riding, in my opinion. And we need to be very careful. The more people do not hold this guy, Lifeguard Jesus, accountable for his dirty tactics, the more they will continue. And then eventually your fave will be at the expense of these dirty tactics. And you're going to be the hypocrite acting like this is wrong, crying foul. And we're going to go back in your Twitter history and remember, you were a Tyler Crispin fan. Well, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm ready to take questions. All right? I'm ready to figure out through y'all what's going on in this HOH comp. I'm ready to just talk to the family, ladies and gentlemen. Let me check my Twitter real quick, just in case someone is hitting me with some crazy... Can I get an amen? Hold up. Fessy won HOH? Let's go. Let's go. Viral moment. Let's get it popping, coach. Let's get it popping. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. That's that black magic, okay? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I want to see, Faisal. All right? Step up. See, that kiss from Haley, that got him, ooh, his knees don't hurt no more. This man been putting on Bengay. He ready, coach. Damn. I see you, Faisal. Let's get this money, coach. Let's go. All right, no one saying shit on Twitter. Dang, I ain't expect this many people to like that tweet. Angela's jury management is worse than Paul's. That motherfucker got 37 likes, coach. Goddamn, maybe y'all can, maybe y'all can. That shit lit right now. But anyway, all right, I'm finna get to answering questions, ladies and gentlemen, man. I hope y'all have been enjoying yourselves. But I had to unleash the beast. I had to unleash the beast, right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, damn. You hear me. I'm about to get to answering questions, coach. You feel me? All right, so I see a question from Hexy Ace. Now that I know Faisal won HOH, oh, these questions gonna get lit, coach. Well, before I get to answer your questions, let me start talking about what I think Faisal should do, because I think one of your questions will be regarding that anyway. So let me just get that out the way right now. Faisal, do not make the mistake your girlfriend made. I need you to get that alpha male blood flowing. And I need you to say, you know what, Tyler? You think she's sweet? I'm putting you up. What's popping? You know what I'm saying? I just want to see him. I want to see a grown man put Tyler up, and I want to see if Tyler got that same energy. I want to see if he kicks pillows around, punches his hands, or does he try to act like a bitch? Or does he like, oh man, it's all cool, man. You had to do what you had to do, bro. And I'm very interested to see if production will tell Tyler, Faisal is definitely putting you up. Use your app. Use your app. Use your app. I'm going to be very interested. And if he doesn't use his app, oh, please believe I'm going to stare at Real Vegas for sure his Twitter handle, because I want to know if Tyler all of a sudden figures out some new hint to what the veto's going to be. You know, like questions like this need to be answered, coach. I mean, yeah, they need to be asked and answered. Okay, so yes, Facey. I said Facey. Faisal. I don't call you Fessy, coach. Faisal, my fault. My brother Faisal. Throw up Tyler. Throw up Angela. And let's get it popping. Don't put up Brett. Don't do it. Trust me. He's too comfortable on the block. Put up someone like Angela, who has a pregame alliance with Tyler, who did your girl Bay dirty. Put the two people up that did her dirty. That way, when Rockstar goes back to visit Bailey in that damn jury house, we get to watch the clip seeing Faisal give that damn speech, shitting on both of them, and we get to see Queen Bay's reaction, baby. I'm all about entertainment, coach. That's what we need to see. I know y'all agree. Let me look in this chat. Y'all know that's what needs to pop off. We need Tyler and Angela on that block. We need Faisal to go, this is for Bailey straight up. And we need to see that jury segment with Rockstar meeting Bailey and Sequester, showing her the tape. Well, actually, I guess she can't show her that tape. We would have to see the tape next week after someone else got eliminated, in theory, right? Because Rockstar and Bailey would have to already be there, because Rockstar isn't aware that Faisal won HOH yet. Okay, yeah, I did that math. So basically, we would have to wait a week or so for that to happen. And usually production waits for the jury to pile up like 3 deep before they show anything anyway. But the important thing is, it would be great to see a payoff of Bay with her new tooth in the jury house, sipping some wine, enjoying her life, living her best life. Rockstar walks in, her girl Rockstar. They stop caring about the game. They just start enjoying themselves. And to see the next person walk in be one of Angela or Casey would be amazing television. Come on, CBS. Stop letting that entire side get a free ride. Okay? Give us a payoff here. Okay? I'm hearing people say that they're giving up on watching your show because of how you rigged it with the sleeping pills. And here's the thing. Now that we know Faisal's won this, Tyler, you're fucking garbage. You got an unfair advantage, coach, and you still lost in a competition that's based off balance, walking with water on your feet, and you're a lifeguard? I mean, no matter how you shake it, you choke this. You choke this as hard as Rockstar choked it against you in the veto. I'm not going to let you off the hook that fast. Watch Tyler's fans go, it's not fair, Faisal has a longer stride. No. You're not allowed to talk about what's fair, coach. You got to take this L. You got to take this L, coach. You got to take this fat L. Okay, I'm looking like I'm playing fucking Fortnite. I'm out here looking like Antoine Griezmann. You took that fat ass L, coach. You took the L. All right. And I'm so happy you took this L. No hacker twist. So fuck y'all. No hacker twist. Y'all got to play the game now. Casey talking about, welcome to Big Brother. And did you see how in the intro of today's episode, production was subtly choosing Casey's side versus Rockstar? I mean, the entire episode today was about making Rockstar look like an idiot. That's what it was about. You know? But honestly, it showed how cocky and smug Casey is, because Rockstar was actually trying to be a nice person and handle her own version of jury management, because in her mind, she thought Casey was leaving. So actually, from Rockstar's point of view, that was actually a sound game move to try to apologize and try to reaffirm to Casey that she didn't want her to go home. She wanted someone else to. That was actually good jury management. But for Casey to take that as her in a cocky way, thinking she would definitely leave. Well, shouldn't she think in a cocky way, you're definitely leaving because her friend is HOH? I felt like that was implied. That was understandable. It was understood. But Casey tried to flip it as if Rockstar being bad at this game is why she thought Casey was leaving. No, it's because any sound game player with their friend as the HOH would think they would have the votes because people would do what the HOH says. JC this entire game and said, I'll do whatever the HOH wants. Didn't do what Haley wanted. But he's supposed to be Faisal's friend. See, hopefully Faisal is able to see through the bullshit after this one, after this vote. 5-1 to keep Casey. JC can't be trusted. I hope Faisal, I hope this was the breaking point. in his relationship with JC. I hope it was, because if it is the breaking point for him, I wouldn't even mind him throwing up Tyler and JC. But for his game, it's not smart to throw up JC. But I'm just saying, though, at the end of the day, if Tyler were to use his shit, it would be smart to throw up JC next to Angela. Okay? Like, well, actually, you kind of have to go Casey and Angela because you don't want one winning the veto and taking the other one off. Both of them are safe. Tyler uses his shit. He's on the cloud a whole week. And then before you know it, the only person who can go up is pretty much Brett next to JC. And that's not really the two people you would want to go home if you're Faisal yet. I'm sure he's probably wants to target Brett. Most likely his nominations will probably be Brett and Angela because of Haley. And he doesn't like the fact Brett is so close to Haley. But I would just like Faisal to exercise a little bit of constraint here and realize that he owes it to Bay in some way to get some type of justice, at least try to. Because Haley, in the midst of that hacker, she didn't really have a chance to get revenge for Bailey. It was pretty much set in stone that she was fucked. And her best friend left during her HOH. So I'm sure Haley emotionally needed Faisal to pull this out. So I'll be really interested to go back and rewind this entire competition and watch it myself to see who was rooting Faisal on in the final minutes, because I'm willing to bet a lot of people were shutting the fuck up, not trying to show what side they were on while he was about to win. And I'm pretty sure JC even probably wasn't. So get it, Fessy? I'm pretty sure he was kind of rooting for him and Tyler a little bit, you know? But JC, you better start sucking them off soon, because you've been found out, bruh. And see, Scotty already revealed a week prior, I already told y'all this, that JC wasn't gonna vote to keep Bailey. So I think Scotty throwing Faisal that one little charm, hopefully that's enough to keep Scotty off the block. Because like I told y'all in the last rant, Faisal has already told Haley he's willing to throw up Scotty in his next HOAs just because Scotty tried to split them apart. So that will be just like production to do to save Tyler and his little minions, to make sure Scotty goes home on a Faisal HOH with no hacker. That's what we have to be worried about, ladies and gentlemen. But now we can get into questions, because I feel like I've laid the groundwork to where questions can be more imaginative at this point. You feel me? All right. Now I'm ready to ask questions. All right, let's get it. We all need to send out our prayers to the, oh yeah, man, definitely Queen Aretha Franklin, you know what I'm saying? Our rest in honor, my queen, you know what I'm saying? One of the greatest voices in the history. Matter of fact, she is the queen of soul. So the greatest voice probably in music history, you know, is no longer with us. But at the end of the day, though, she is with us in spirit, and that's what really matters. And there's no way for me to follow that up, but I also want to give a salute to my mighty mods who are in here deep and in effect regulating for all the real ones that are out here in this community. I truly appreciate it, my good sir. Okay, okay, so he should put up Tyler and Brett, because Brett is going to fight as hard as Tyler for that damn veto. I agree with this, and also you need Brett to be on the block just so he's finally forced to maybe play against Tyler a little bit. You know, because if Tyler truly did tell them about his app ability, it would behoove Brett 100% to tell someone about it. You know, it could just be Haley, Brett. Tell someone on the other side, make them aware of Tyler's overpowered power, okay? Because I truly believe if Brett can be the one to turn on Tyler, get the other side to know enough information to get him out the same way the other side knew enough information to get Bailey out, if he can be the one to reveal that information, or even Sam for that matter, this Sam, the ball is in your court. You can become a legit player in this game if you turn on Tyler right now in a Faisal HOH. We know you want Casey to leave. We know you want Angela to leave. Hell, you voiced out loud to Rockstar you want Angela. I mean, no, to Haley, you want Angela. No, she did say this, Rockstar. She wants Angela, and she wants Tyler to go. Okay, so at the end of the day, Sam, you have a lot of power in your hands too. And I'm pretty sure you wouldn't want to be a pawn. I don't think Faisal would ever make you a pawn. And that's a testament to your social game with him, because I'm sure a lot of people have been banking on Faisal will eventually win something here. And that's why JC has been hedging a bit. That's why Tyler has been telling him to keep hedging. But now, the cat's out of the bag now. The cat's out of the bag. JC, you got to choose a side now. You got to choose a side. Because after this last vote, you can't play it off the same way. And that's why I'm eager to jump to these feeds, because I want to see how JC is playing this shit. But yeah, let's get to questions, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Why do you think JC voted for Casey? Oh, JC voted for Casey? He was a hinky? So I thought the vote was 5-1. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Why did he vote to keep Casey? I'm sorry. Yeah. So we're saying the same thing. Basically, Nick HD 56 answered my question for you. He is definitely a Tyler minion. And see, the thing I have a problem with JC is he claimed that his game is about balancing out both sides. Lose someone over here, lose someone over there. Okay, so how do Bailey and Rockstar leave back-to-back weeks then if JC is somehow exercising this strategy? You know, at a certain point, someone's got to be like, bro, this isn't your fucking strategy. Your strategy is legitimately anything that doesn't piss off Tyler, I'll do. You know, that's your game. All right. What's popping, Tyree? What's good, coach? You feel me? What's good, coach? Ghost Hunter in the building. We getting it popping. Let me see. What do you think Zing, not Zings, will be? Zingbot Zings will be. He'll probably have, you know, a rudimentary thing about Sam being a robot, you know, something real softball-y to not make her feel embarrassed, but enough to kind of make her feel like shit because production wants her to. I expect him to say something about Faisal, but now that Faisal's won a comp, won an HOH comp and is now the current HOH, I think they have to recycle or think of a new joke probably to use. And he's finally kissed Haley, so I can't really come at him for that. You know, and we've seen in years past that Zingbot will be extra nice to certain players to not blow up their games. He was extra nice to Derek in his season. He didn't really air out Derek like he could have. You know, he didn't air him out at all. Paul, he was kind of nice to Paul. Same with Nicole. You know, Zingbot seems to be really hard on the players that are expendable to production. That's my point. I mean, he was hard on Raven, right? You know, Raven and Matt and shit, right? But at the end of the day, who cares about Raven and Matt? They were expendable. Like, they were the pregame alliance for Paul. You know what I'm saying? The same way I think Rachel, in some way, shape, or form, because see, people keep saying Caitlyn is just like Raven. What if Caitlyn had some type of a pregame? See, we got to ask these questions now because things don't make sense, ladies and gentlemen. They just don't make sense. You feel me? And while I will give Robin Cass her credit, which I rarely do, I will give Allison Grotner her credit where it's due, because this has been an entertaining season up until this point. But I must stress this: until we get down to the last stages of the game, the final stretch, we will not truly know if this is a good season or not. We will not know. So let's not be too quick to say it's nay or yay. That's basically where I'm coming from. But 9 more questions, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it popping. Aside from Brett, this is from Melody Davis Joyce. Aside from Brett, who has the best case to win against Tyler? Okay, so I'm trying to think how votes. Okay, so Bailey and Rockstar are 2 votes automatically. So if I were to put, because if they turn on Scotty, he's another vote against Tyler's side. But if Faisal turns on Scotty, I think Scotty votes for Tyler. I think the only person, I think there's 2 people who can beat Tyler at the end besides Brett. I think it's Haley, because I think the women will figure out a way to vote for Haley. Maybe not Casey and Angela, but I mean, let's just do the math here. Scotty will vote for her. Bailey will vote for her. Rockstar will vote for her. Faisal will vote for her. She only needs 1 other vote and she wins the game. And I think Sam, I don't know. It depends how Sam ends up on that jury if Tyler's at the end without her. I think Sam could vote for Haley here because it would be her way to atone for claiming to be about female empowerment. You see what I'm saying? For her to screw over Tyler, you know. But I'm trying to think who else. Oh, Brett. Depending on how Brett gets screwed over by Tyler, he could reward Haley. I think Haley has the best shot here, mainly because Haley was the first person to ever put Tyler on the block. I think that move, even though it blew up in her face, the fact that she won the next HOH and Faisal won the next one after that, when you really look at it, she had about 3 weeks to recover from that. If you really, really think about it, it's almost about 2.5 weeks she had to recover from making arguably the most important move in the game to even make people consider nominating Tyler in the future. So I think she's the person. If it's not Brett, it has to be Haley, because I think Haley can defend her game the best. She can speak well, like Brett can. But also she's young and very intelligent for her youth. And let's just be honest. It seems like Nicole beating Paul is going to start a new trend where if a woman is sitting at the end with the guy, the woman has a huge advantage, unless the guy just ran rampant, and this is some Victoria versus Derek shit or something, or what it should have been, Cody versus Victoria, but he was a fucking idiot. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, that's my answer to that question. I think Haley is the only other person at this point who can beat Tyler. I think Angela and Casey both get washed by Tyler because every move they could say they took part in, Tyler was part of themselves. Whereas Brett actually has moves he was part of with Tyler, moves he wasn't part of with Tyler, and he could actually claim both while also having the best speech standing next to Tyler. And I don't think Tyler's a great speaker, ladies and gentlemen. I've seen him speak under duress. I've seen him speak when he's happy. I've seen him speak when he's calm. He is not a good speaker, okay? He's just a guy women find attractive, so they act like the stuff he says is entertaining. Women do that all the time to men they're attracted to. They act like the stuff we say, no matter how boring, no matter how nails on the chalkboard it is, they act like it is very intuitive and very intellectually challenging, and it is keeping them on their toes, when in reality, they don't give a fuck about none of that. They just want us to keep talking to them. So I think that is playing a role in this too. I think people are overblowing Tyler's social game a lot because he's playing around a lot of recruits that don't know any better. So I mean, all around, man, I definitely think Brett and Haley, both of them. And see, the reason why I'm not choosing Scotty, ladies and gentlemen, is because, honestly, I think Scotty has done too much in between at this point. I don't think Bailey would reward Scotty over Tyler, but she would reward Haley over Tyler. I don't think Rockstar would reward Scotty over Tyler, but I think she would reward Haley over Tyler. See, I don't think Faisal would reward Scotty over Tyler. I think he would reward Haley over Tyler. And see, that's where I'm coming at. If it becomes a thing in that jury house that Scotty contemplated the flip, shared information, shared lies, told Haley something to split Faisal apart from her, all of these things, they will become front and center in that jury house, and they will lead to why Scotty loses to Tyler in the end, and production will get what they want if that's the case. I don't think Tyler is dumb enough to be at the end with Scotty, though, because anytime someone of that archetype is sitting at the end, they have 100% success rate. I don't think Tyler will want to play games with that shit. But you could also argue anyone with Tyler's archetype that sits at the end has 100% success rate. So I don't know. Maybe he'll look at it as Scotty is my shield towards the end. I don't know, but that's how I look at it. Bronze Man 76. This looks like a new guy. I didn't know him. Welcome to the family, my good sir. Why did CBS set Rockstar up like that? And why do we care about Tyler's hometown? We don't care about Tyler's hometown. That's the answer to that question. At least I don't. I feel like if you care about the strategic side of the game, that part of the episode was filler. They could have saved that shit to the confines of CBS.com, okay? Or put it behind a fucking paywall at CBS All Access. I didn't care to see that on national television. But see, when you spend so much time making this guy the narrator, making this guy the focal point of your storytelling, when you make this guy the quarterback of your team, you got to give him a family visit. You got to. You got to. And I think in the back of their mind, they wanted to give us a family visit a little bit early because at the end of the day, they didn't really have anything else to give us. They already gave us Bailey and Swaggy combined. And I'm pretty sure they probably rushed that out because they knew Bailey would leave the next week probably due to their own rigging. So that's probably why they rushed that shit out. Then you got the whole Sam thing. They only did that because at the time everyone loved Sam 100%. But now that super fans figure out the true Sam, now that the casual audience saw that one episode of Sam, I don't think people really checking for Sam like that no more. So they had to go to Tyler. They had to. He was the last person left. Okay, but now that Tyler's out the way, who gets a family visit now? I don't see who gets a family visit now. I don't see who has worked for the family visit now. But don't be surprised if the next family visit is Casey and her weird family or Angela, because they both have a pregame alliance with each other and probably with Tyler as well. Don't be surprised if they're the next two that gets a family visit, because they have to at least make it seem like they're not all out rooting for Tyler. They're rooting for his side, but not him. So they got to show us something with Casey and Angela. You feel it, dig me? All right, so 8 more questions. I want my slaw eggs. Do you think they get so many recruits because they know that superfans are aware of how production exploits and humiliates people who have a mind of their own? Of course. And see, here's the thing. This is why they call them recruits, ladies and gentlemen. These people aren't auditioning. These people don't even know what the game is. That's why they want them, because they fit what they think a certain portion of their fan base will be into. Okay? That's why a lot of these people get approached at bars and stuff. Literally, it's just someone looking at their body and going, I like how you look. You would be great on feeds. Would you like to be on a show that I'm a producer on? Like it's really that simple. And it's borderline sexual harassment in some cases, because you're literally just judging someone by how their body looks. And then you're just approaching them and say, hey, you want to join my show? It's very weird. But at the end of the day, though, you know, a lot of these people want to be stars, so they don't look at it as they're being used in any way, shape, or form. They don't look at the game as well. They don't look at the game with so much reverence as we do. We revere it. We love the game. They just look at it as, oh, this is something I can climb with. I can climb up the ladder doing this. This is an opportunity for another opportunity. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem I have. But yes, to answer your question, sir, yes, this is why they do this, Slaw. They do this on purpose because they know a recruit won't know no better. A recruit most likely will have a more viral moment because they won't know how to handle things. A recruit is most likely to have their jaw dropped when something doesn't go the way they think it's going to go. A recruit is just more likely to do a lot of shit to give away where they stand in the game to a lot of people. And to production, that's what entertainment is all about. So that's why they go look for those. And that's why they don't want any of me. They don't want any of you. Because if they have too many of us, it's going to be like a Big Brother All-Star situation where people know their worth and they're not going to be talked into doing nothing that's stupid on national TV to please you. No, we're going to play the game at our own pace. And if you don't like it, we're all going to walk out because we know our power. Ever since then, we have never seen an all-star season because they do not want the players to have the power. Why else do you think there's a problem with this kneeling shit? Because in an NFL is an establishment where the players don't even have guaranteed contracts. So the players have no leverage. They have no power. So when you see players trying to exercise whatever power they have left, that's why people get so angry, because they think, damn, you're ruining what little leverage you have left. You know, it's almost like that. But see, that's that defeatist slave mentality that I have a problem with. Like, but Massa says no. Stand up or go in the locker room. You know, they be talking like that, man. Shut your Sambo ass up and let me cook. You know, that's just how I feel. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Okay. Okay, for a second, I thought that was a question. Haley, it's time to drop your panties for Faisal. You funny as shit, low-key. I love this chat. Brett or Tyler in final two? Cade Black. Cade Black, I'm going with Brett, sir. I'm going with Brett. I think even Rockstar still votes for Brett. And did you notice how they didn't give Tyler a goodbye message to Rockstar? Did you notice that? But they made sure all the other people got a goodbye message to her that's on Tyler's side to try to kind of dig a hole for his competition if they're at the end with him. That's all by design. But at the end of the day, Brett has been the same person from start to finish. Rockstar can't resent him for that. And even though she called him entitled and spoiled, that's kudos on Brett for getting you to think he might not be that same person in a few days of baking cookies with Cool Whip. You feel what I'm saying? So that shouldn't be a reason for her to talk negatively on his game. That should be more of a reason why she should give him credit for his game, because he tricked her 100%. So that's my answer to that question. I think Tyler's in trouble if Brett's sitting at the end with him. And I think he's not even aware of as well Brett's playing. He knows Brett is playing well because he kept him over Winston. But he just doesn't know that Brett is slowly but surely building a better jury case than him because Brett owns his game. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I believe it's 7 questions left. Let's get it popping. Wait, someone's fighting? What they fighting about? Who he should put up? Faisal wants to put up Tyler and Brett. Oh, it's cracking. I need to get to the EV, coach. The OTEV comp was rigged. Production read out the rules, then Tyler failed. So why did he win? Well, Tyler definitely won the OTEV comp because of rock star stupidity in my mind. But I agree with you. I thought there was a rule that if you went up top and you sat down, I thought there was a rule like if you're wrong, once you set yourself in, you're stuck there. And that's your answer. You know, you don't see people locking in their answer A or B, and then someone can like come around the side and go, hey, you know it's really B, and then they change it to A. They don't allow that shit. So why should they allow it there? Because they wanted Tyler to win it. You see what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we've seen production support Paul get an entire HOH rig to him. We saw it with the whole Candy Crush shit. Remember, everyone was basically doing everything in their power to give him the candy. Remember that shit? So in reality, production has shown us an unfair advantage for someone they prefer isn't against the rules. It's only against the rules if it's an unfair advantage for someone they don't like. Then it becomes a scandal. So that's how I look at it. You feel me? Angela Johnson asks, do you think if Tyler gets voted out, that that's the week production does a reset? Does not seem like it will be a jury buyback competition. By the way, shout outs to Basha Vusta. Shout out to you. Mighty Mod in the building. Do you think if Tyler gets voted out that it will be a resetted week because there doesn't seem to be a buyback competition? I think if Tyler gets sent home, which production will do everything in their power to make sure he's not even on the block heading into any Thursday night. Mark my words. They're going to do everything in their power to make sure he's never on the block heading into a Thursday. They're going to do everything in their power. And if he is on the block heading into a Thursday, there's going to be so much manipulation at play here. And we're going to see it. We're going to see it. And see, it could be this week, ladies and gentlemen, that we see it. Because we've seen production go out of their way to say, ask Bailey, is this your HOH or is this Faisal's? So that was them telling Bailey that they didn't like the fact that Faisal was giving her advice. But you never hear them ask those questions to Angela, right? When she's HOH, you don't hear them or Angela coming out the DR saying, you know, they're asking me, is this my HOH or yours, Tyler? They never have that question because they're glad that she's doing what Tyler wants, but wasn't happy that Bailey was doing what Faisal wanted. If that doesn't once again prove what side they're on, what else will? Okay? You can't keep denying pure facts and then go, but Haley. No. Let's talk about Tyler, bitch made nigga. Let's talk about Tyler. Okay? That's what some people scared to do. Just talk about the facts. Okay? Man, this dude is one of the most spoon-fed players of all time. Like, for real. Like, this dude is like Klay Thompson. NBA dad. Goes to the league. Been well off his whole life. Can afford to take a pay cut. Then all of a sudden you have the most stacked team in NBA history because the other star on your team grew up rich as well. So both of y'all can afford to take pay cuts while all your competition are people from the hood who have to get a max deal immediately, which leads to them have a worse team around them. See, let me not get too deep into that sports shit. Let me not get too deep because I can go deep into that shit. But that's my point, man. Tyler right now is on a pay cut. And his team is extra stacked. That's what it is. Okay? That's just what it is, man. Lifeguard Jesus, man. Fessy gonna fuck up this HOH. Uh-oh, y'all talking like it's cracking right now. Faisal's dumbass is probably gonna nominate Scotty. Oh shit. Well, tell me in the chat, is he arguing with Scotty right now, or is he arguing with Haley? Oh, okay. Haley and Faisal are fighting. I am over Faisal and Haley. I mean, of course they're fighting because Haley. See, I think Haley kissed Faisal because in the aftermath of him winning an HOH, she thought by giving him that it would be enough. Trust me, it was enough for him to win the HOH. It ain't gonna be enough for him to forget about Scotty getting a little too close. It ain't gonna be enough for that shit. Okay, so at the end of the day, Haley, this is why that game is dangerous, Haley. This is why, okay? Because at the end of the day, on national television today, she claimed him. She said the showmance is official. We heard it on television. If the showmance is truly official, you shouldn't be fighting with him. On Thursday night, when Noms ain't until the morning, y'all got another, 8 hours to think on this shit? You feel what I'm saying? Y'all shouldn't be fighting over this. But if you do fight Faisal over this, You know what it says to the man, Haley? It says that you have feelings for Scotty too. The same way women will test a man and go, you know what? I'm going to delete her number out your phone since y'all ain't talking no more, since y'all ain't cool no more, since y'all just friends. Woo, y'all just acquaintances. You know, the minute you say, nah, why you doing all that, babe? It ain't even that serious though. You know what I'm saying? I'll delete that myself. The minute you start talking like that to her, the minute she go, he feeling her deeper than he telling me. And I think in a certain way, this is playing into a factor with Faisal. So, but yeah, I told you already, man, he not feeling Scotty at all. And if he does put up Scotty, we have JC to blame because JC has the bone to pick with Scotty because Scotty told Faisal JC was flipping on Bailey. And that's what put everything down that slippery slope. And once again, Scotty was the one who told Haley, which led to all of them voting against Bailey because Haley felt left out of a final 3 deal that never existed between Scotty, Bailey, and Faisal. So all of these things come back full circle. But this is why I say there is a such thing as strategic karma, ladies and gentlemen. Because if Scotty goes home on a Faisal HOH, I'm sorry, Scotty, that is strategic karma. You overplayed your hand, believing the bullshit to a certain degree that you could become close with Brett and Tyler down the road. And now that the game is split down the middle, 5-5, well, actually, I think now it's 5 men to 4 women, isn't it? Isn't there finally more men than women for the first time in this game? So now that it's finally more men than women, maybe Faisal feels like they could stand to lose a guy this week. I don't know. But at the end of the day, I agree with Haley. It is not a sound game decision to get rid of Scotty right here. It is not. Absolutely not. But I could see production being the person in Faisal's ear the most saying, you got to get rid of Scotty. Don't let Haley run your HOH. They're going to kind of flip it on Faisal the way they tried to on Bailey. Watch. Don't believe me, watch TV. Don't believe me, watch TV. All right. Ghost Hunter says Faisal says he isn't doing anything weird with nominations and hoping someone wins POV. He may throw up Brett and Tyler. He wants to make a big move. Haley asks what is the next move, and he says he doesn't know yet. Okay, thank you for the update, bro. Thank you for the update. At the end of the day, I do not want to see Casey or Angela up unless Tyler uses his cloud. That's the only way I want to see both of them up on the block. Okay, Son of Shango is in the building. Do you have a theory as to why CBS goes so hard for Tyler? Son of Shango, look, I think they look at Tyler as the new it guy. I think they look at him as their Boston Rob. I think they look at him as on the 20th season. I think they look at him as a very important character to push Big Brother into the next generation. Because they say 20 years is a generation, right? So I think they look at Tyler as the flag bearer, the flag holder, if you will, of the next generation of Big Brother gameplay. But the problem is, we've seen this story before with Paul. Like, this isn't something we've never seen before. Now, have we seen people on their own HOHs be blindsided by their ally going home on their own HOH? No, but at the same time, we've never seen a hacker twist get thrown in at the perfect time to save Tyler's ass. You know what I'm saying? And I still believe the hacker twist was put into the game to help Tyler. It was never meant to help Haley, but because Haley won it, that's what people want to talk like. At the end of the day, anyone can spell well, okay? I won second place in a spelling bee in 5th grade in district, okay, in grade school. Does that mean it's unfair for me to spell technotronics during a fucking comp? You know what I'm saying? This is a slippery slope where we're running down, ladies and gentlemen. We got to be careful here. No pun intended, because they had enough slippery slopes tonight during an HOH comp. But y'all see where I'm coming from. At the end of the day, in order for someone to say, oh, Haley's good at spelling and typing, so it's not fair. Like, motherfucker, just because you didn't go to keyboarding class in high school don't mean I should not get this competition. You gonna get this work. You feel it, me? Like, come on, man. You mean to tell me Tyler gets picked in a veto the same week he never gets nominated, and it happens to be an OTEV comp, which involves running and moving through tons of water? That don't feel rigged to y'all, though? Shut your dumb ass up. See, this is what I'll be talking about, man. The bitter bias, all right? And y'all are going to be the reason why Tyler loses, just like Paul, because y'all don't hold him accountable. But when he does probably lose the game at the end due to a bitter jury, y'all can always go back to these videos on my channel and laugh and be like, he was right. This crazy motherfucker. These predictions, man, they out of cloud 9, but he the man, though. All right, anyway. Facial is saying he wants a guy gone. Okay, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. Honestly, that's good to hear. I just hope it isn't Brett, and I hope it isn't Scotty. As long as it isn't one of them two, I'm okay with whoever goes home. If it's JC somehow, great for Facial and Haley's game. If it's Tyler somehow, great for Facial's game. But it probably won't be Tyler. So at the end of the day, I only want JC to leave on this HOH. That'd be the best addition by subtraction for Facial's game, and he wouldn't even know it. And it would limit Tyler having information on the inside of their team. You know, this is very important because I'd argue the only reason why he's throwing Brett into the line of fire is because he wants to test JC to see if the shit JC's bringing back is the truth. Because if you have two people working on the inside and they both have conflicting reports, then someone's lying. So as long as both of their stories both check out the same way, he knows JC hasn't flipped yet towards Facial's side. And I expect that to really run its course this week during a Facial HOH. That's another thing we need to check in for. You feel it, dig me? See, and rants like these, I love ranting because I don't even need that much notes. Because once I know who the new HOH is, we can get into all of the possibilities, scenarios. That motherfucker still got me blocked on Twitter. Can somebody hit up Jose and say, unblock a recency bias Dave? Okay, I said you didn't have bars one day. Okay, who cares? You can't rap, my nigga. That's a no-brainer. We all knew that already. Why are you so sensitive? Unblock me, coach. Damn. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers be like, you can't see what I'm doing anymore. Thirsty as hell, boy. All I said was your 16 could have been a little bit more crispier. That's all I said, coach. You ain't been like I said, give up now. Like, damn. But anyway, it is what it is. Motherfuckers be butthurt when I tell the truth about them, man. It be like, damn, boy. I'll be having real players of the game mad at me, boy. I'll be like, God damn, leave me alone. I got banned from Twitter. Dang, Ubong, what you say? You say some shit about some Neos. That's all I'm gonna say, because I ain't trying to get banned. You say that other N-word, shit falls down. It all falls down. Anyway, I'm fooling. Facial believes Scotty about his vote to vote out Casey. Okay, that's good. Because they were trying to frame Scotty hard body. So that's good. That's good. Okay, Cinnamon Complex. How you doing, Miss CC? Comes through and asks the question, what do you think it would take to make Sam and JC flip on Tyler? I think it would take a leprechaun, a magician, Julie Chen to divorce her husband, Davon to learn how to play Big Brother the right way, Paul to cut his beard, Tyler to undie from being a blonde-haired person. It would take a miracle. That's basically what I'm trying to pull. It's not happening, coach. It's not happening, coach. I'm sorry, bro. JC and Sam, I'd argue both of them suffer from self-hate. Same with Casey. And they take some sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? Not a covenant. That's not the word I'm looking for. Not cathedral. It's like a nice word I'm looking for, but I can't think of it right now. But they take pleasure in being able to bury their self-hate by being proud of others' accomplishments, it feels like. And it feels like they're all living vicariously through Tyler's game. I just want him to win. He deserves this, you know, by any means necessary. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, the biggest question I would like to ask JC is, how do you expect to win this game? How do you expect to win this game? At a certain point, to me, personally, a Facial HOH in the final 9 is the perfect opportunity for JC to get Facial to take a shot at Tyler. If Tyler leaves this game, that leaves Brett, Angela, and Casey with no leader on their side. Now JC has the most command in the game by far. And he's the person now Angela and Casey have to run to, even more so than Brett, because he's on a better he has a better foundation with the other side than they do. And if he claims to want to even out the sides, JC should be 100% getting Facial to target that side anyway. But see, this is what makes JC's gameplay flawed. He should have wanted Rockstar to stay, but he had a personal problem with Rockstar that made him incapable of keeping her. But he didn't mind keeping her over Bailey because he had a personal problem with her too. See, so that's the thing. JC is not doing well with this whole jury management thing. And that's really his biggest blind spot. He's spending so much time trying to if I had to compare JC to someone, I forgot the name of the woman that played with Tony Vlachos. There was a woman who played with Tony Vlachos. I'm sure y'all know who I'm talking about. Survivor. I forgot the name of the Survivor. It's on the like tip of my tongue. But anyway, Tony Vlachos was a cop who won Survivor, right? Oh, a woman named Trish. That's her name. There was a woman on his season named Trish who did all of this damage control. Every time Tony would have a big Tony moment where he would piss off tons of people, this woman Trish would go and she would not fan the flames, my fault. She would go and extinguish the flames for him. I feel like that is JC's game for Tyler. And eventually, Tony Vlachos turned on Trish. Then when Trish got to the jury, she was so bitter and she started mentioning all of the stuff she did to make his game work. Okay. I could see JC being one of the biggest bitter jurors, depending on how Tyler does him, because of how much he extinguishes the flames for Tyler's game. JC spends so much time telling people, he told Bay, Tyler never talked about targeting you. Then literally a week later, Tyler is saying, last week you would have put me up. It's like, oh, well, that lets the world know JC is full of shit. You see what I'm saying? So KC was even telling Bailey that Tyler would never target her. You know, so all of these people are deciding to have poor jury management just to stay on Tyler's good side. So they'd rather make it to the end and lose than have a chance at winning and make a big move. And I think that's because of this incentive-based pay. With the longer you stay in the jury house, the more money you get incrementally as time goes on. I think that's playing a role in this as well. Okay. I think this is why people are refusing to make a big move until they get to probably the final 7. You know, Rob's sister Nino always says a big move should always happen when there's an odd number of people in the game. But see, Big Brother is different than Survivor. Survivor, odd number of people in the game means it's always going to be an interesting vote. Okay, there's going to be some type of a flip that happens. Big Brother is the opposite. You actually need an even amount of people in the game because you always have to subtract 3 from that, and that's the amount of people that vote. So if you have 10 people left, you have 7 votes. Now that we have 9 people left, on Thursday we will have 6 votes, meaning it's a tie it's a probability of a tie happening. So it's harder to conduct a flip on an odd number HOH at Big Brother, but it's easy to conduct a flip on an odd numbered Survivor game. That's basically what I was trying to say. So long-winded answer. I forgot where I was going with that, but hopefully it made sense. That's what I'm hoping for right there, because I forgot where I was going. But all in all, yeah. So at the end of the day, JC, you need to start making a move here. And you need to pick a side. You need to pick Faisal's side because you can beat Faisal at the end because you can actually describe your game while Faisal maybe not can. But I think that self-hate is going to keep him on Tyler's side 100%. And the thing is, JC, you've talked a lot of shit about Faisal to other people, saying he's your puppet, calling him a faggot, you know, saying a lot of stuff that's just uncalled for about this guy. If he goes to the jury house and some of these people follow him to the jury house and you're not in it to defend yourself, by the time you come up in there, Faisal's not going to fuck with you at all, bro. All that post-game, amazing race, yada, yada, he not going to be with none of that shit. He going to want to go to a secluded place with Haley. He's already discussed going on a vacation with her. So he not going to be checking for you, bro. And nor should he, because you ain't shit. Yeah, Kageyan, my fault. That was what the season I was talking about. I just couldn't think of the name off the top of my dome. Okay, I got 5 more questions, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it popping. That question, I'm not sure who it applies to. Okay, King Ubong. Will Big Brother ever do the original type of twist like X Factor and DNA, where the twist doesn't give someone ridiculous amounts of power? I think Big Brother are power hungry, literally and figuratively, and they like overpowered twists because they truly believe the more overpowered the twist, the more it excites some type of a reaction. If the power is underpowered, like when you think of the 3 powers that are in the game, well, actually the 4 that were in the game. So you got the hacker, you got Bailey's that was never used, Tyler that will probably be used this week, and then you got Sam's that was used, and Caitlyn just botched it, right? Those 4 powers were overpowered. All 4 of them were just overpowered. Now the thing is, the hacker was something everyone could compete for, so they kind of leveled the playing field with that. All right. But my problem is, at the end of the day, why level the playing field at all? Why didn't you just keep the shit going with the crap apps and the other shit? It was almost like they didn't want to risk the other side possibly winning more votes and having more power that could destroy Tyler's. But the thing is, they were rigging the votes anyway. So maybe they were actually covering their own ass by making sure they wouldn't have to rig it for more to go on Tyler's side. I don't know. That's a great question. But at the end of the day, I agree with you 100% on they need more original twists. I think they need no twists. They should give us, they should make us a new Big Brother season. Call it Big Brother Bare Bones. Call it Quadruple B. All right? That's what you call it. Quadruple B. Big Brother Bare Bones. No twists. Just a HOH, veto comp. No, food comp. No, HOH comp, food comp, veto comp. Go home. Wash, rinse, repeat. Let's just get one season of that organic Big Brother. And I guarantee you, man, them wig heads, them execs, they would be surprised how much people would love it because it would feel like an old school season. You know what Survivor, you know, the show that's way more successful than Big Brother will ever be. You know, that show that is pumping out 2 seasons a year. You know what I'm saying? That show, you know, their old heads, their old players have stressed that they don't like the direction Survivor is going in. And Survivor is still leaps and bounds ahead of Big Brother. And they've already stressed they think it's too many twists in Survivor now. So this just goes to show from the top down, CBS specifically wants more twists in all of these game shows. So that's important for me to mention as well, because the majority of Survivor fans I know, they would prefer to see a game with no idols and just see how it would play out now in this day and age. But nowadays, everything is about the big move and the blind side. And you can't really have a big blind side anymore without a power that will gas someone up to attempt the big move. So I think it comes hand in hand. So yeah, so that's my answer to that. I don't think they will ever have a season with one of those old school twists again. But technically they did have the DNA twist. Technically they had that in BB17. So I guess that counts as an old school twist. But if you're talking about any more of those twists that was like from BB2 to like BB5, I don't know if they'll put any more of those in there. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. You know, we thought this season might be the X twist from BB4. Ended up not being it. So you never know. You never know. Selena for Life says, is everyone as pissed at Caitlyn as I am for ruining our best chance of having our bro and sis go far in the game? If Caitlyn never flips, Falte and Hive will be running this game. I agree with you 100%. I mean, if they weren't such a damn train wreck, I mean, they've won, what, 90% of all the HOHs so far? Well, no, that's too high of a percentage. Okay, what? There's 9 people left. So 7 people have been evicted, meaning there's been 7 HOHs. Well, really, there's been 8 HOHs now, but no one's been evicted yet. Faisal was an HOH. Bailey was an HOH. Haley was an HOH. Scotty was an HOH. Swaggy C won 2 comps before they won their 4 HOHs. And Caitlyn won an HOH. So, yes. So, in theory, they should have gotten out at least 5 of the 6 level 6 members heading at the end of this week. They should have gotten rid of at least 5 of the 6. But see, this is why Big Brother went out of their way to put Sam in that robot costume, in that robot. This is why they went out of their way to make sure Tyler got his app before Bailey ever could get hers, even though Bailey clearly was being spoken about more than Tyler. And see, this is my biggest problem. When you say that giving people these apps are about mentions, what does the average person think on the surface? We just have to keep mentioning them on Twitter and it will count as a mention. They purposely made this as much of a runaround as possible to make sure they could come up with whatever excuse they wanted to have whatever result that they wanted at that moment. I mean, it's really that simple because no one was being talked about more than Swaggy C. And that's why they were so damn vague with that. So it is what it is. It is what it is. I know the Hive will be running this game and Swaggy C would have kept people on track. Definitely, man. Swaggy C definitely had the alpha male energy to keep people on the right path. You know what I'm saying? To pagong the other side. But see, this is the funniest thing, ladies and gentlemen. Tyler's side can pagong Swaggy's side. People say this is one of the best seasons they've ever seen. If things were flipped, if Falte had been getting rid of Tyler's side one by one, do you think anyone would be saying this is one of the best seasons ever besides the fans of that side? No. So this once again shows that a season is only great depending on if the people that you are rooting for specifically are doing well. Whereas with me, I am willing to at least admit that it is entertaining, but I want to reserve the right to not give a rating on this season until it's over. Whereas everyone else is willing to already put it in as a top 5 season just because Lifeguard Jesus is doing well. So that is what is separating the two superfan contingencies at this point. That's what's separating them. Y'all funny. Let me see. 4 questions left, ladies and gentlemen. I would definitely love to answer some more. Tyler was mad because Bay told Haley that she was because Bailey told him that she was with Swaggy. That's why he went after him. I don't even know why she told him then while he was HOH. Yeah, that was really dumb back then when they kept saying, that's like my brother. That's like my sister. Then all of a sudden, man, I'm smashing. It's like, what y'all doing, dog? Like, chill, bro. Like, and while I'll admit that Swaggy was way too messy with exposing that information, he was saying a lot of stuff he should have never been saying to Tyler, especially when it's about his lady. He should have kept that to himself. I believe when you kiss and tell, you limit the more things you can kiss. You feel what I'm saying? So, but that's history at this point. You see, he's riding for her. I don't believe he's cheating on her outside of this game. I think he truly sees that he's got himself a trophy, and I don't think he's going to ruin that. Being where he's from, I'm sure he's been around the hood rats. He doesn't want another one. I think he knows that this one is the one to keep. So that's my thought on that shit. But yeah, I agree. If Swaggy was still in this game, he would have. And see, in that veto comp, Tyler, all these comps where it seems like Tyler is so good, like the one against Scotty, he would have got washed by Swaggy C. Swaggy C like 6'3", dog. Like, did you see when Tyler won the HOH comp? And he shook up with Cody, the Marine? We all know Cody, the Marine, is short as shit. Tyler's like the same height as Cody. Tyler seems kind of tall because of how they edited him. And at the end of the day, the only person, he doesn't really stand next to Faisal real often, and Faisal's really tall. So you never really get to see that Tyler's an average height human being, okay? But that's my point exactly, man. Like, Tyler is they're almost editing him like they edit Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible movies. They give him some platformers to make him like six inches taller. It's like he's in fucking heels. They build him up to be bigger than life, man. Like, real talk. Like this dude is not intimidating. If this man came back from BB21, if they did not rig shit for him, I would be confident in getting him out. Honestly, I would be. You feel me? Because I've seen his game more enough to know. I know when he's fake crying. I know when he's pandering to me as a black person. I know your game now. So I know they won't pick me if they bring him back. But that's why I hope you do win it so we don't have to see you again. It's that simple. Or go on Survivor or something. Go do that. Go be Fabio for a couple of months. Okay? I'm trying to think. Okay, so it seems like we don't have that many. Okay, well, I found another question. I spoke too soon. Darian Green. What's good, my good sir? He has a question. What would you do if you are in charge of Big Brother, and which network would you switch it to? Well, here's my thing, ladies and gentlemen. If I was in charge of Big Brother, first things first, I would want to put my show on a channel where anything goes. That's number one. Because if our whole thing is about the live feeds, then I wouldn't want After Dark to be on a different channel than my show. I would want them to be in the same place. Now, I get it. The whole purpose of pushing the pop and the After Dark is to give them something that's different. But my thing is, I would want all of my shit on the same network. That way we get all of the money from it in that one network to help the network eat all day, all day long. So if it was really up to me, I would probably, first off, if it was up to me and I was in charge of Big Brother, I would make sure that the people I pick were different from any of the people that are on Big Brother now. Okay, I would pick a white guy from the hood. I would pick a black guy from the suburbs. I would pick a white girl. Like I would pick a whole bunch of things that would change the way people stereotype. That way, when I did the next season, I could do what I really wanted. You see what I'm saying? Because I feel like if you flip things and you invert it, if you put 12 black people over here, and you put 4 ostracized white people who are only comfortable around each other over here, and you were to show the dynamics of those 12 ostracizing those 4, you would hear a huger uproar because there's more casual white fans. And I think it would be important to show this just so people would understand where we're coming from. Because right now, it just sounds like, oh, you're making victim noises. Okay, well, what I would do is I would flip things on its head. That way we would hear your victim noises for 3 months. Then after that, you would be the one saying, okay, we can do it fair now. Big Brother Cook Islands. You feel what I'm saying? But right now, because they're on national television, because they're on a channel that doesn't really require cable, they're on CBS, they have to be very careful with who they offend. They're okay with offending black folks because black folks don't watch CBS like that. Let's call a spade a spade. We watch Fox. We watch UPN. This is channels like that. Okay, we watch BET, OWN, Bounce. We watch channels like that. Would I put my own version of Big Brother on channels like that? Maybe, maybe not. It really depends how the money looks. But I would want a channel that's going to allow me to have full creative control. The entire intellectual property has to be in my control. Okay. If it's not in my control, you can eat a dick. That's just what it is. Okay. That's how I feel. And I salute ABC for coming up with this Castaway show. Yeah, it looks like a knockoff Survivor, but at least they're attempting something. Competition is great for everyone. It's great for the consumer, definitely. You feel what I'm saying? We shouldn't want a monopoly in anything. The Glass House, that came out. They tried to compete with Big Brother, got shot down real fast. Utopia came out, tried to compete with Survivor, got shut down real fast. Okay? So competition is a good thing. It's just hard to have good competition. And you know how it is when we have something on a black platform, people let it go to shit fast. And if it is a success out the gate, they make sure the second season is a letdown. That way no one watches season 3 and it gets canceled. We've seen it with the Boondocks. We've seen it with the Chappelle Show. We've seen it with a lot of shows that were doing really good. People didn't like it, so they shut it down because we were eating too much off of it. Okay? So it is what it is. But at the end of the day, that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, man. I'm like, really, if it's up to me, dog, real talk. Like, let's say this brand expands to a level that I can't even foresee in some coming years. I would use my own money to create a Big Brother competitor. I would. And it would be better. It would be better. Now, I'd have to be careful not to have things that are too similar because then they could say, oh, you're taking our likeness and all this other shit. But I definitely think a fan of the purity strategy side of Big Brother could definitely create a game that could rival it, that could be better than it. The problem is, like with any brand that's starting off, you need to spend a lot of money to market it before you even show it. Otherwise, what are you showing it for? It's going to bomb on its premiere night. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So that's a long-winded answer, but that's my answer to that question. I definitely think if it was up to me and I could create my own Big Brother, it would not be on CBS, but it would also have to be on a channel with a lot of people watching. But the problem is NBC, I mean, Bill Cosby tried to buy that and they tried to ruin his life. I wouldn't put that shit on there. Fuck them. ABC, I don't really have a problem with ABC, really, but I don't know if I would put my shit on ABC. UPN is too stereotypical. CW, I like Black Lightning, but other than that, nah, I'm cool, coach. WCIU, I'm naming a whole bunch of Chicago shit. Not enough people watch that in my taste to put a game show on there. And besides, let's be real, Family Feud will wash me every night. Fox, I don't really fuck with them. They're a little bit too racist. So I don't know. I really don't know, coach. I rapid fired it for a second. Honestly, if it was up to me, I think I would try to get the Big Brother competitor put on a sports channel to actually push it as its own mental sport. I think that would be huge if I could finesse that. I think that would be really cool. Because if you can get people to see that this is an actual sport, then it'll make more people take the game itself seriously. I mean, why is chess a sport to you, but Big Brother isn't? I'd argue being great at Big Brother prepares you for life way easier than chess would. So all in all, it's dilly-dally, shilly-shally. But yeah, I definitely think, depending on where you put it, if you were to put it on a sports network, I think it would be very interesting. And now that sports networks are starting to show esports, which is really just a whole bunch of kids playing video games against each other, just playing Call of Duty and shit against each other. If you can call that an esport, then why can't we call Big Brother a mental sport? So that would be my first idea, to try to create a sports network and try to make that be one of the flagship shows on it that is unique, that isn't really put on equipment and hit each other kind of sport. That way we could build from that. I think that would be the smartest way to go about it initially off the top of the dome. HBO, yeah, they cool and all, but yeah, Revo TV would be lit though. Hey, that would be lit, but I don't fuck with Charlemagne like that no more after what I've done heard. But that's neither here nor there. I don't want no cease and desist, coach. You feel me? ABC is Disney. Yeah, you right though. Fuck Disney. Yeah, they ain't ever gonna get no black people no real shine on Disney. Hell nah. That's so Raven. They turned her into a damn coon after that shit. The future I can see. It's a sample to me. Yeah, that's me. Like, what kind of shit is this, coach? I'm not black. I'm American. Oh, tell me more. What the fuck? She's been taking that Sam medication. That's neither here nor there. But anyway, never mind. Let me leave it alone. But would you happen to have any more questions, ladies and gentlemen? VH1, hell no. Hell no. I'm not putting it anywhere where Viacom stink ass is. No sirree, Bob. I'm not touching Viacom. I know about their practices. I'm cool on that, coach. I'm cool. You feel me? No, sir. He said patent that shit. You know what? I might have to, coach. I might have to. You feel it, dig me? You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the Recency Bias Radio Network. You know what I'm saying? See, I already got the voice for it. I don't even need no one to do voiceover work, man. Have you ever wondered why your mustard is expired when you just bought it yesterday? You feel me? I could do the voice, coach. Like, it's nothing to me. That's why Big Brother need to stop bullshitting so I can do these confessionals. Y'all think JC is funny? And did you see him today after he made a vote? The USA is the greatest city in the world. And he walks up like, bro, stop placating, coach. You know what I'm saying? It's the greatest country in the world. Support the troops. Support your pets. Support everything conservative America cares about. DBS. Like, bro, chill, bro. Like, it's almost like they gave him some damn speed before he walks in. They give his damn vote. Like, chill your ass out. These motherfuckers talking about Nickelodeon. You need your ass beat, darn. Hell no, boy. Bravo? Nah. I don't fuck with Oprah like that. Nah, man. I think Stedman in the closet, and I think she in the closet. And until both of them come out, I don't trust them like that. I'm going to keep it all the way a buck with you. They up to some voodoo over there. But that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. Yeah, I don't fuck with Oprah, coach. You feel me? I don't fuck with. Like when Dave Chappelle had that conversation with her on her couch, always pay attention to people, ladies and gentlemen, when they have their finger on their head like this. That is them telling something to people in a secret society. I didn't know that when I was a lot younger, but go rewatch that conversation she had with Dave Chappelle, and Dave Chappelle was talking a lot of real shit. Notice how she kept her finger right here. That was her telling some select people that she doesn't agree with Dave Chappelle's opinion on what he's saying. That all of that shit is nonverbal, but it might be a little bit over your head, and I ain't gonna get too deep for you tonight. HBO, man, you gotta have a membership and a subscription to watch that. Y'all want my shit to die off in one day? I mean, goddamn. Shit, I would be more likely to put that shit on Toonami after Black Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Black Jesus. Recency bias. You know what I'm saying? No, I wouldn't call it that, though. I'm not that much of an airhead. But no. PBS, Starlight Sparkle, you trolling in this bitch, ain't you? So you want us to come on after Arthur? You feel me? You want that fist emoji coming in right before we go live? No, though. I'm fooling right now. Black Jesus, man, King Ubong, I don't know if it's still on because I've watched some Corey Holcomb videos, and it sounds like there are some powers that be that are trying to get that to go through a lot of growing pains to continue on. Kind of like how they did the same thing with the Boondocks. They started like overly nitpicking certain things that they couldn't put in the episodes, and then eventually Magruder quit. You see what I'm saying? And I think slowly but surely they're doing the same thing to Black Jesus, coach. I definitely think they're doing the same thing to Black Jesus. And see, this is why it is important for us to own our own stuff in our community. This is why it's important for us to own our own brand. People always say, you don't like Big Brother? Start your own then. Watch something else then. Okay, all right, well, I'm going to try to put myself in a position to start my own. And as soon as I do, there's going to be people saying I'm racist for having a whole bunch of brothers that are overqualified for this show. Watch. Don't let someone put together a show with a whole bunch of overqualified brothers and sisters versus like 3 white people. Oh, it's gonna spark a lot of hate. Then all of a sudden we're gonna be like, y'all didn't have a problem with this when it was flipped on Big Brother, though. What changed? Be having motherfuckers pissed, coach. You know what I'm saying? Come on, coach. Like, they think we stupid. But anyway, do you guys have any more questions, though? You know what I'm saying? I could legitimately talk like this forever, but at the end of the day, I do want to keep it about strategy, about the season. You know, if you guys like me just shooting the shit, maybe I'll think about starting a Periscope or something like that, and we could just shoot the shit on random days where we don't have to discuss Big Brother or something like that. I don't know, something to think about. But I know it's not Big Brother related, but who do you think will be in the Super Bowl? See, man, I just said ask a question strategy related, and here goes a damn mighty mod not following the rule. No, I'm bullshitting. The Super Bowl. It's rigged for Tom Brady. Tom Brady is the lifeguard Jesus of NFL football. So it is that simple. That's all I got to say. You feel the dig me? Like, that's just what it is. And Bill Belichick is on that Les Moonves shit. Let's just call a spade a spade. Okay, we do got another question. Shout outs to y'all for coming through with the questions towards the Catherine Hemp. Are you going to watch the feeds? Yes. As soon as I get out of here, I'm going to make the thumbnail for this video, and then I'm going straight to feeds, my good ma'am. Joey Baseball asks, why do they put so many privileged, entitled people in a Big Brother house? Joey Baseball, they do that on purpose because they want to cause friction between those entitled people and those have-nots on the other side. That has been the social dynamic of all the good seasons of Big Brother throughout history. They've always had a group who has been very affluent versus a group they couldn't relate to because that group is from more humble means. That usually is always how the splits start in the house. It's usually either political based, religious based, or just strictly classism based. And they do this on purpose. And this is why they pick the people that they pick. It's sad, but this is why they do it. They do it on purpose to cause the drama. And I don't mind the drama. I don't mind the splits. I just want you guys, as soon as these people to get in the house, I want you to not have an invested interest in a one specific player and his team, and then just let the rest of them look like a bunch of sheep, or mute and muzzle the rest of their opinions on the golden boy Tyler whenever they have a problem with something, because we never get to see anyone voice their opinions negatively about Tyler. Now that Faisal's HOH after Haley, we might see someone else voice their opinion negatively about Tyler this week. But peep game. They're going to use this week to once again show Tyler as fucking Houdini, lifeguard Houdini. Oh, he was trapped inside of an all-water, he was trapped inside of a case of just all water, and he had to entangle himself in rope. And then after, he had to lockpick himself from up top. And then after that, he had to jump through a whole fucking tunnel full of flames. And, you know, they're just acting as if the stuff this guy is doing is so damn great, unprecedented. The only unprecedented shit I'm saying is the dick riding form, not his gameplay. Let's just call a spade, coach. Now, Taylor Mays' next question is, and we got 2 more questions left after this, ladies and gentlemen. If Tyler isn't in the final 2, who do you think will be in the final 2? Well, here's the thing. I think Big Brother is going to guarantee Tyler makes at least the final 5. So in order for him to be in the final 5, he's probably going to get his way until the final 5. Meaning the 4 people that will be eliminated will probably be some variation of Scotty, Haley, Faisal. Who's left? Scotty, Haley, Faisal. And I could see him dropping JC. And then he goes into the final 5. Well, no matter of fact, I could see him trying to drop Brett in the final 6. I could see that because that's an odd number of voting. That's 3 votes. I could see him trying to drop Brett there before the final 5. Brett somehow stays alive. It leads to JC leaving instead of Brett. Brett's in the final 5, knowing Tyler tried to target him. Now Brett wants revenge against Tyler. Brett figures out a way to turn Casey and Angela. Well, he probably can't turn Angela and Casey. He'll have to figure out a way to turn probably Sam against Tyler. I don't know. But I think it would be some variation of, if Tyler does not make the final two, it will have to be because Brett convinces Sam and JC to turn on him, or Brett convinces Casey and Sam to turn on him. I think it's going to take Brett for Tyler to not make final two. I don't think JC is too much of a punk to keep Tyler from making final three. And I think if Tyler makes final three, I think he washes whoever's there, because he'll make sure Scotty and Faisal aren't there with him. I think it's that simple. And I think if he makes final three, he doesn't want Brett there over the two girls. But I think Tyler's ideal final three scenario is having Sam there, having Angela there. Both of them are goats. I think that's his ideal scenario. So if he doesn't make final two, you know, it could be an Angela Sam final two, which would be the most boring finale maybe of all time. I mean, it would be interesting when Tyler gets eliminated to see him cry and be bitter and vote for someone to win and all that dumb shit. You know, because it would probably take Angela to turn on him, because I don't think Sam would win a comp over Angela to get rid of Tyler. So that would lead to Tyler maybe being bitter enough to vote for Sam. You just never know, Coach. You just never know. But I'm just throwing out ideas. But I just don't think Scotty can win this game. I think he's fucked at this point. He's in a situation where the minute he wins another HOH, he has to win out. And if there is no battle back yet confirmed, if there is no double eviction yet confirmed, I'm worried they won't have one in this season, which will only help them even more create a more linear pathway, the more easier pathway for Tyler to guarantee him going to the end of the game. So we also need to watch that as well. Noel Senza. Oh, good to see Noel Senza. What's good, fam? What will be the perfect scenario with a Faisal HOH? The perfect scenario is him first getting Tyler to burn his advantage. I don't care if Tyler doesn't go home, but this is once again the same thing I drilled home with a Haley HOH last Thursday. You have to nominate him off GP. You have to nominate him. The dude talked reckless to Bailey. He talked reckless to her, okay? You gotta nominate him. You got to, okay? For anything else, you got to. And you got to do it to defend your girl, Haley, because you know Tyler's after her because she nominated him too. So you almost have to nominate Tyler now to back up your girl's decision to nominate him. So my thing is, nominate him. If he doesn't use his app, great. He might be fucked, because I don't know if he can beat Faisal head up in a veto comp. We haven't seen him have to deal with Faisal one-on-one and beat him yet. Actually, we did just see it in the OTEV. But technically, that wasn't a comp he should have won anyway, because Rockstar choked it. So to this day, we haven't really seen Tyler earn a victory against Faisal in a veto comp, in my opinion. So this next veto is going to be very important. And honestly, I think it is a W for Faisal's game if he gets Tyler to use his cloud. I think it's a W. I think it could build a winner case for him if he gets Tyler to burn his app this week. They somehow get Tyler out in a couple of weeks. I think Faisal and Haley both now have the credit for even making Tyler someone who could go up by another person. So I think they both can take joint share credit for burning his power if Faisal nominates him this time and burns it. I think that would be great for both of them. A net positive about +2. But yeah, so I think that's what we need. A perfect Faisal HOH is burning Tyler's, well, really sending Tyler home. But if you can just burn it and then get someone like Angela to go home, that's great too. Because Bailey is going to be in that jury house and she's going to be so happy. And boy, won't we be happy on Black Twitter to see Angela's bitch ass walk into that house? Yeah. You thought getting rid of Bailey, getting rid of her power would guarantee you the end of this game, didn't you? Yeah, how does it feel? And then to see Rockstar and Bailey possibly, maybe, alienate her in the jury house the way she alienated Bailey when she backdoored her. Oh, that would be bittersweet. I mean, not bittersweet. That would just be sweet. Fuck the bitter. That would be beautiful. Poetic justice even. I would love for that to happen, ladies and gentlemen. And I would also like for Angela to be the one to bring the tape that Bailey sees with Faisal nominating Tyler to burn Tyler's ability, to let Bailey know that Tyler was blaming her for some shit and blaming her for lying on having a power when Tyler was lying on a power too, which also creates an even bigger problem because now Bailey has all the incentive in the world never to vote for Tyler because he's a fucking hypocrite. On top of that, she brings all the smoke to Angela, and now Angela has no one to back her up like Casey or Tyler. Now Angela has to grow her own nuts. I like it, baby. I like it. That's rapid fire strategy talk right there, coach. That's rapid fire. You feel me? But that was a great question, Miss Taylor Mays. Okay. Or Sir Taylor Mays. I'm not sure. It just has a T on it. No disrespect. Okay. It is a unisex name. All right. All right, so we got one more question left, and I think I want my slaw wants it. So let's get it popping. If Tyler loses in Paul fashion, will the fans start a Tyler was robbed campaign and bring him back only to be hated by the fan base? Yeah. Oh, the same people that are acting like the game isn't even rigged for Tyler now are going to be the ones saying it was robbed. He was robbed. But he wouldn't even been in the position for it to be robbed if it wasn't rigged, though. I don't care. He did enough to deserve the win. That's how these dudes is going to be acting, coach. That's how they're going to be acting. And honestly, I will love to drink those tears if it happens. I will love to. Because when we cry out about social injustice in this game, people say we're using victim noises. We don't know what we're talking about. We're race baiting. But the minute one white God complex player, one guy like Lifeguard Jesus from the Persian Gulf, from Ohio of all places, but Hilton Head is somehow the connection between him and another player. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Somehow, if he doesn't win this game, oh yeah, they're gonna figure out a way to say it's robbed. And the majority of the people that will say he's robbed is gonna be the casual audience, the same group of people who are the majority of people who thought Paul got robbed because they refused to show Tyler in his true light. And see, here's the thing, big brother. If your casual audience is gonna think someone got robbed because you refuse to be completely transparent, I think that's disrespectful to the people that are keeping you with employment. I think that's disrespectful. Don't these people deserve to know the truth? That way they at least know if Tyler loses, he made his own bed and must lay in it. Like, you choosing to tell this story in this way to make Tyler look like the person who is never in the wrong, to make him seem like the person who can turn water into wine, to make him look like the person that never has to be HOH to be HOH. By you doing all of these things without showing all the mistakes he makes along the way, because he's made a lot of mistakes. He's made a lot of good plays too. I'm not downplaying the good plays he's made, but in those good plays, he has used dirty tactics. By you not breaking down the dirty tactics to his good plays, you make him look like someone who is just purely of good heart. And when you do something like that, but then you villainize a guy like Swaggy so fast without even giving him more than 2 weeks to show his true self, then you don't deserve the benefit of the doubt if you're willing to call the game robbed when Tyler loses. And at the end of the day, big brother, you guys should want your game to have more integrity. You guys should want your game to be known as a better game than Big Brother Canada. That's what you should want, And I'll admit, this season has been better than Big Brother Canada 6. It has been better so far, but we have some time to go. It's not over yet, baby. But ladies and gentlemen, this has been rant number 21 of Recency Bias Radio, where no one is safe from criticism. I am your humble host, Dave Smith. This is the 21st rant, the lifeguard rules. We have broken down a lot of unfair advantages that Tyler has gotten so far in this game. After this rant, I plan to go and watch some feeds, ladies and gentlemen, to see just what's unfolding. But I think I'm going to rewind it until right before the competition ends. That way I can see how everything unfolds immediately. That way I can catch up with you guys by Monday. So we're going to definitely be back into these heavy notes on Monday. I truly appreciate all of you all for coming through, showing me some love tonight. If you could, please like, share, and subscribe. And on the right side of my channel's page, click on that bell so you could be here with the most lit live chat in Big Brother 20 history. I truly appreciate the mighty mods for coming through as always, for looking out for me. Shout outs to Bruce Lee for having my 6. And shout outs to Tyler for constantly showing how much of a dick he is. You feel it, dig me. I'm Dave Smith. This is Recency Bias Radio, and I'm out. Y'all be smooth. Y'all be safe.